Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
I love that intro. I love it. Thing is, we're getting revenue shared on it now because for some when I made that and I took that track, it was royalty free, copyright free. I pulled it off of Spotify last year or a year ago when I made it. But now suddenly past 6 months, I guess whoever made it got it picked up by somebody. And it no longer is. Problem is, it was on Spotify and therefore it didn't have any actual information with it. So I never wrote down what the song was, who wrote it, or anything. So I can't even put a disclaimer in the description below. I'm not getting rid of it. Some things are getting claimed and no revenue, but some are getting revenue shared. It's like the bots can't make up their minds on what they want to do. So I'm leaving it for now. Because I love it. I work too hard on it. I love it too much. Maybe someday if I find a better song, and I'll make a different one. But either way, hail and howdy, everybody. Welcome to Anime Odyssey. Welcome our once a month moment where we weed out.
Man, you're starting to sound like me.
I'm speaking too quickly. It's been a long, tiring day today. I had to deal with a manless Stenberg and Rings of Power today. Come on. On like 5 hours of sleep. So it's hot. It is hot. It is hot. It was hot today. It did rain here, but it was 90. Hot.
It was 90 something today. Tomorrow it's supposed to finally start cooling off, and I'm just like, I'm ready for middle of winter.
You don't have AC in there. I mean, I have AC in here, but I have to fight with other people to keep it at the temperature because when I got this going, I have lights over here, I got lights over there, I got all these monitors, I got all these electronics. It is hot right here. It is 10 degrees hotter in this room than everywhere else in the apartment. So I need a cooler because when we're done here, I wake up. I'm damp when I get up off there because things leather or faux leather, whatever. But it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable. So,
Yeah.
I'd like it to cool down. I'm ready for that. And I can't open this window because the stupid apartment's built with a porch. I don't need a porch. But bird shit out there. The birds, because the stupid people before they outlawed it built bird feeders. The cunt who lives above me has a bird feeder, and the birds would build nests underneath in the beams under hers where I live. So there's shit everywhere. There's shit everywhere.
You heard it here, folks. Adam hates going outside and touching grass.
My porch is not grass. My porch is not grass. Anyway, welcome to
the sun on the skin.
I have moles. Okay, I don't like to put myself in the sun. I got to be careful of one day, melanoma and shit like that because these things. I hate that. I'm getting this chopped off in the next year or so. I've had this thing on my lip since I was a kid, and I hate it. It's time to get rid of it. I hate the lip.
I said what I said as a joke.
I'm not Cindy Crawford.
I said what I said as a joke, and you're coming out here just being like, yeah. I just hate this sun,
I got moles everywhere. I got moles everywhere. I don't go in the sun. I'll go outside, but I don't like to be in the sun because I don't want cancer. I want cancer. I'm already afraid enough. I got other types of possible cancers. I don't want any more. Anyway, that's a whole annoying discussion for later time. I'm not going to get talking about that stupid shit right now. Anyway, welcome to Anime Odyssey. We want to have fun. We want to have fun. Relax, good time, and I'm excited for today. Hail and Howard to the chat. We thank you all for being here across both our channels. No guest today, obviously. No guest. The time zone things it's been too much. We cannot conveniently nail it down with legal mindset. So one day maybe we'll be able to get them on. But for now, we're going to just move on and not keep trying because we've denied you guys a third wheel for 3 months now. And God damn it, we need somebody to keep me and Dermy from having just.
Listen, yeah, we do need somebody to help that out with that. Don't worry, I'm going to be talking to people here soon. We'll get this all sorted out and start getting some new guests on here. So we got some stuff coming. Don't you guys worry.
But today we're going to talk ReZero, starting life in a new world, starting over a new world. I always get the part wrong. Season 1, director's cut. We're going to talk that for a bit. And then we're going to talk some One Piece because there was One Piece live action. I know it's live action, but it does relate to the anime, and we'll talk about it. We have to remark on it because we would be remiss if we did not. There was news. And if any other topics come up, we'll get into them. So either way, so hail and how to the chat. We love you guys. Thank you all for being here. Hit those like buttons, subscribe to the channels, and we will see you guys as we go through this. All right, so Dermy.
Oh, sorry, my camera fucked up.
Okay.
Give me a moment.
That's fine.
Right. Okay, I fixed it.
Okay. Oh, God damn it. No, I knew you were gonna fucking do it. I was like, my camera fucked up. No, it didn't. Your camera didn't fuck up.
I'm perfectly fine.
I'm gonna try and get through this. All right, as easily as possible because I didn't have to suffer this on the pub. I knew it was coming there, so I laughed at them, but now I have to suffer it, I guess. Anyway, all right. So in all seriousness, Dermy, was ReZero 1 everything I promised you it would be?
Here, let me do this seriously. I would say not everything you told me it would be.
Not everything. Okay.
Not everything. Trying to think of my words.
Okay.
You said torture porn. Now there is some.
No, I said misery porn. I didn't say torture porn. I said misery. I said slight misery porn.
Slight misery porn was the key phrase there. Is the I
didn't say full on misery porn. I didn't say like it's berserk full on misery porn. I didn't say that.
I remembered misery porn. You did say slight, so okay, you get a win there. There's miserable moments where you're like, God damn.
Yeah, I mean,
but compared to what I've seen,
it's not full misery porn.
It's very light.
Yeah, but that's why I like it because it's misery porn, which leads to hope, and not just more misery porn. Although the final moment of season 1 it's a punch in the balls. And I could tell you it doesn't get resolved in season 2. I'm hoping it gets resolved in season 3, which starts in a couple of weeks. But we'll get to that. We'll get that. See, I first found this show, I think 4 years ago now. Season 1, 4 years ago, right before season 2 was starting, and I said, "Oh, okay, I'll take a look at that. I need something to watch. I'll take a look at this." It's before I had my channel. It's when everything that's over here was over there on that side of the room, not set up for streaming. And I watched it and I thought, okay, this thing's director's cut. I mean, it's probably going to have everything they wanted in there. And I started watching and I realized, oh man, this thing's rough. But then it's one of those shows where I kept watching it, and you get through that first initial arc, the city arc, I like to think of it, the introduction arc, and they get to the house, and for me, it just kept picking up steam, and it turned, and I didn't expect the action later on in the series. I didn't expect that, or I didn't expect also the emotional attachment I would have to some of these characters. I'm going to say it right now. Rem is love. Rem is life. Rem is best girl. You can argue with me over this? Rem is best girl.
It's between her and Amelia, but I think
Amelia
takes the cake.
Amelia pisses me off to no end. I don't hate her.
You off. She pisses me off because it becomes that lover will they, won't they,
but that's
thing, and it's like,
I know. Here's the problem.
It's this whole moment where it's like, he loves Amelia. Rim is probably the best idea for him, but at the same time, you're sitting there like, I'm kind of rooting for Amelia.
No, I'm not.
But Rim is better. I like Amelia.
I don't hate her. What pisses me off about her, and I guess we'll talk the romance. We're gonna be all over the place, you guys. We're not gonna be linear with this. We never are. We need a third person to sort of be linear to keep us in check. Romance is a big aspect of this show. It's not a romance show, but it does have relationships in that. And Subaru, when he literally steps into this parallel world, is because this is isekai. It is totally isekai, but it's isekai that isn't nauseating. Is that a fair way to say it? Where it's an overused way they do it, where they've been summoned by the king of the country, or they've been reincarnated.
Yeah, because he thought he got summoned in video game and everything like that, and it's like, nah.
It remains to be seen. I mean, the Witch of Envy Satella may have summoned him for reasons we still haven't gotten answers to that yet. So I don't know. But
my theory, the moment they mentioned the Witch of Satella, I was like, oh yeah, the witch more than likely summoned him. Later in this show, they start talking about the person of pride, whatever. I think he is supposed to.
He might be. That still hasn't been confirmed if he's the Sin Archbishop of Pride. See, next season, in season 2, we deal with the Witch of Greed, or the other witch. You deal with the other witches and everything concerning the Witch of Greed, and then into Envy. And it's so much more complicated than you think. And that's why, because season 2, while it doesn't resolve a lot of the things starting in season 1, it opens a lot of doors and answers a lot of questions you didn't know were asked. And it delves into, without spoilers, you get more on Amelia's backstory. You get more on the Margrave's backstory. You get more on Beatrice's backstory. And it's all connected to the Witch of Greed and what she did that caused a lot of stuff that ended up now. So the storytelling is really tight, and a lot of world building goes on in this one, but they take it to the next level in season 2. But I can't talk more because I don't want to spoil that. I'm actually going to rewatch it starting tomorrow, when it's going to be a thing I'm going to watch now that so what I'm going to go to get away from Rings of Power for the next few days. Where I'm going.
What I'll say also helps Rim eke out a win.
Mm-hmm.
Is she has the best chest and out of.
Oh, I mean, listen, Amelia's chest is bigger, but Rem's it's perfect.
I think Rim has bigger ones.
No. Amelia has slightly bigger breasts. I mean, there are a lot of big boobs in this series. There's a lot of different breast sizes. Rem's are, for her proportionate size, they are big proportionate for her size. But I think Amelia's slightly bigger. Of course, we're talking about tits, guys. Of course, we're going to talk about tits.
Yes. And also, Rim's kind of kinky. You know, she pulls out that the Morning Star and just starts throwing it all over the place.
Dude. Oh, Alpha Omega, don't tell me that. I was really hoping we'd get something in season 3. I need my REM resolution. I need my REM.
I'm gonna throw this out there because I can
Okay.
see some of the story tropes. Subaru's gonna get with Rim.
He has to. All right, we might as well jump. Let's jump to that point. So, and here's why I think Subaru is better with Rem, and why his love for Amelia, it's pedestal love. It's illusion love, because he's had her on a pedestal since the moment they met. And he's had, despite the fact that he's relived everything so many times, he's had way more. I mean, let's be honest. He is about only 2 months have passed in season 1. 2 months passed in season 1, and less time actually passes in season 2 because of the events that go on. But he's actually been there for probably 6 months to a year, realistically. So, because with the amount of times he had to repeat certain chains of events, he's been there a while. He has had way more adventures, or at least experiences, with Rem and Rom. He's had way more experiences with them than Amelia. And he gets some in season 2, some actual experience with her, and he learns more about her and this and that. But it drives him deeper into her camp, which is why I'm so frustrated with that right now. It drives him deeper into the Amelia camp for romance. But I maintain, and we're careful, guys, with spoilers. If you've read the light novels and you know what's coming, please, no spoilers. Let me live in my ignorance until absolutely necessary. I feel as though at some point he will, because when he's confessing to Amelia at the end that Rem said to him what he said to her, you could see the emotional frustration he has. And Rem's speech to him before they go fight Gluttony the White Whale. I think that's my favorite moment in terms of character exchanges in the entire season, because it's so real with her.
Because she does truly love him.
Yeah, because unlike
Subaru treats Amelia, where he has her up on a pedestal and she kind of just she likes the attention, but not the way that he gives it to her sometimes. Where she does care about him, but Rim loves him.
Yeah,
Rim is a devoted housewife to him and cares solely about
him. Rem is one of my top waifus, man, because she just wants to give love and receive love. Once you break through, because granted, again, you don't have Amelia's backstory this season. You get that in season 2, but you get Rem's complete backstory, and you realize that her life of living, feeling as though she's the replacement for Rom, because Rom sacrificed her horn, and she felt guilty about liking the fact that Rom lost her special stature as the genius, the prodigy, and that she had to now take over. But then the guilt of wanting that led her to believe that she's a replacement, and that whole living in a shadow, not keeping her emotions on lockdown, feeling guilty, having no reasons to live, or this and that. Learning all of that and realizing that Subaru, through his actions of actually getting to know her over and over again, many times he had to get to know her, and she doesn't know her. I'll comment on a minute, because it's so rough to talk about relationships in a show where many times it's one-sided, because one person has way more experience than the other side.
I gotta be honest, that one-sidedness is also what I think that's what drives the drama, because there's a lot of moments where it's like, if he could only tell you that he's relived these moments over and over again, and he constantly dies, and he feels this way because he's tired of seeing the people that he cares about die, or something bad happening to them, or them turning on him, or so on and so forth. If he could only just say that.
That's why Subaru's character development, I love and hate him at the same time, because I hate him when he doesn't understand, but I love it that he learns. He evolves. He makes himself better. He tries to anyway.
there are moments where I'm like, I just want to punch you, Subaru, because
Mhm.
you are actually like just going full unhinged. Like the reason Amelia leaves him
The first
and
the
stuff.
their first fight after,
Yeah,
Julius
because
beats the crap out of him. Yeah.
he's being a petulant child there.
But
And,
it's
but you
understandable
understand.
because
Yeah,
he's losing his shit.
yeah. And it's like you're being a petulant child, but you're being a petulant child because you can't tell them how many times you have gone through this over and over and over again.
Mhm,
And you can't explain it, you can't do any of this stuff, and you constantly witness this stuff. And let's be fair, even if he could say that, he'd
mhm,
have to say it every single time, probably.
mhm, mhm. And
Because who knows
who's
what would
gonna believe
happen.
him? Who's gonna believe him?
Mhm.
I mean, they already barely believe him at times, and listen, I think Subaru could be smarter in some ways in trying to say that how he gets information. I mean, to me, rewatching this is the second time I've rewatched it. It's my second watch through now. Uh there are some times where he could have pulled, yeah, you know how Rom has clairvoyance? I have that too. I have that too. And that's how I get some of this information. There you go. And that could be useful. But he always seems to, well, here's the thing. Here's why I think he makes so many mistakes because of who he is initially. He's a shut-in. He's a shut-in gamer who emerges to get food and water and maybe clothes once in a while. And
Man,
other
that
than
sounds a lot
that,
like you.
I'm not a shut-in. I go out.
For
I go
food
out
and
when I need
water
to.
and
Yeah.
clothes
Well,
whenever
no,
you need it.
I have clothes sent to me because stores don't carry XL tall. You know that. You're bigger than I am.
That's true.
y- and I don't mean fat. I mean you're
You
like
you see, you're not
4 inches
helping out
taller.
the whole you're not helping out the whole shut-in thing here.
Listen. No,
I
listen.
go out,
I am not. Listen.
outside.
I have one car and I share it with somebody who goes to a day job. So I can't exactly go anywhere to drop the hat. I have to wait for my car. It's my car. I let them use it. Um,
Okay, Subaru.
fuck you. Hey, listen. All right, if my shut in nature is going to end up me getting isekai to a world where I get rem, fine, then I win. I'll take that. No, serious though. Hey, listen. I don't live the shut-in life. I cook for myself. I clean. There's not garbage all over the place in my room. I don't have bottles and used shit everywhere. This place is clean. I keep a clean house.
You
Point
can
is,
be clean and still shut-in.
not really. Not really. Anyway, but Subaru, he says this himself. He never had any goals in life.
Mhm.
He never had any had desires. He just wanted to keep doing what he was doing at 17 years old. He's only 17. He's only 17. He's not although he's not listening. No, what?
I'm actually trying
What?
to figure out how we got to that point. No, I don't think
Where
he is.
no, Rem is not lolly, dude. She got boobs. She's just short. Rem's
R-
got titties. Now
Yeah,
Rom,
Rim's not a lolly.
I mean, Rom isn't
Uh,
even though I mean Rom isn't a
Beatrice
lolly
is a
either.
lolly.
Beatrice
No,
is a lolly. Beatrice is a
Beatrice is a
lolly.
lolly.
She may be
Rim and
hundreds of years
Rom
old,
aren't.
but she's a freaking
Yeah,
lolly. Yeah.
yeah. And here's the thing, like we all the lolly stuff is
Yeah.
that's a complicated web to weave because everybody has this whole narrative of what a lolly is. I'm not against like Beatrice level lolly. I'm against the people that look at Beatrice and then
Yeah.
they're
Want it
looking at her
because you're
while they
lolly.
have one hand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're watching her with one hand. Okay,
Yeah.
that's the problem I have.
Yeah.
Beatrice can exist. I don't want anything further. Dermy is a lolly. No, but no, I can't.
You're a
be
big
a
lolly. You can't be a no. You can't be a lolly.
I'm a shut up.
You got tits. You're not a lolly.
That's true.
I mean, Beatrice does physically just qualify as a lolly, even though she is hundreds of years old. But she is a lolly. But I listen.
But that's prime example of lolly.
Exactly. Yeah. Adult-looking child. Rem is not a lolly. She's got a body. Rom is not a lolly because she's the exact same age as Rem. She just has small breasts. So it's that tricky thing. They have curves. They are women. They're
and real quick, when it comes to lolly, the key to a lolly is just a young looking female. That's a lolly. Then the reverse is called a shoto when it's a young looking male.
Yeah.
So
But
I hate that I know this.
I know it too. listen, I've been reading this shit for decades. I know this shit too. It's I should know the word. I should not know the word yaoi. I should not know that word, but I do.
I hate that I know that.
I
There's
hate
a
that
lot
I
of
know.
words that I hate that I know, but it shows
I
my
wish I
weak
didn't
card,
know
and
the
it's
word
like, I
Fuda.
hate
I wish I didn't know the word Fuda, but I do.
balls or no balls.
How about not at all?
Okay.
Oh no, I don't need to know that Alpha Omega. I don't. Oh God. Oh, you can't see it in my chat. I'll bring it up here. Oh, dude. Oof. That's wrong. That's wrong. I will. Here's the thing.
How did we get here?
I don't know how we got here. Point is, to try and get us away to stick her back, Beatrice is a great character, and she gets better in season 2. When you get her story, it's great in season 2. But in this one, her as a character, she's fascinating as well. But let's get back to where we were. We're talking about Subaru and his goals. And what I like about Subaru is the fact that he can be frustratingly, like you said, petulant when he has his meltdowns. Or it's a combination, though, if he never had an idea about that, of what it was to be what do you want to do with life? But at the same time, he sometimes applies, and it very clearly applies, Japanese ideas to the situation. Like in Japan, it's respectful to bow down and ask for something for somebody. You know that? We know that. But when he bows down to Duchess Kirsha, oh no, she totally loses all respect for him when he does that.
Mm-hmm.
That also she can tell us when he's lying too, because of her ability. But every time he interacts with somebody, he learns something. And could one say that it's a little bit of a cheat in terms of his character development, that he knows stuff they don't? Sure, but that's his ability.
I don't think it's a cheat, because
it
is his ability, plus what he has to do to learn where he fucked up and what he needs to do.
I think he pays the price
for that. The price for that is him having to die potentially over and over again.
And his deaths are horrendous. I mean, his very first death, he gets gutted. When he gets his first death, he gets gutted.
He randomly just gets gutted.
Just gets gutted.
That came out of the blue.
When it starts, and once you realize, oh shit, we're doing a reliving day thing. Okay. Because you don't know you until after his first day with Amelia, when she's calling herself Satella, you don't know what you're getting into. That this is a repeat day type of thing series. You don't know that. And then he repeats, and of course, you're an experienced anime viewer. Is like, oh, we're restarting the day. Okay, we're doing that.
Repeat. Okay,
yeah, we got one of those. All right, fine. Problem is, he doesn't know it, and he does the same thing over, and he tries to pick up where he leaves off that first time, but his deaths are like limbs cut off, decapitation, frozen and shattering, dying from the curse that first time, not even knowing it and wondering what killed me. When Rem murders him the first time.
Oh God, Rem murdered him the first time. Jesus Christ, that was.
But the thing is,
I went from everybody loves Rem. Adam, you love this character. What the fuck? And you automatically like, you know what? Hit me with that chain.
Well, here's the thing. Her first time she kills him, it's legitimate. He stinks of the Witch of Envy. And to her, it's an attack. He's a spy. And she's following the orders of a maid. I mean, you haven't met the head maid yet. You haven't met her yet. She's a beast girl. You'll like her. Well, listen, I'm sure you liked Felix. Did you like Felix?
I knew about Felix. I knew what this person was for obvious reasons. And then all of a sudden he shows up and is like, wow, they really went hardcore.
They even got a female voice actress to do it. It's like, wow, they're going.
They didn't even pull. It's okay if you have a female voice actress, but it's like
femboy cat girl, femboy cat guy.
They're not even hiding the fact that they're trying to go the femboy route, to the point that they even have this super high pitched voice, and it's like, you can give him like a female actress with maybe a lower voice. You don't have to be this annoying. Yeah, Felix is a decent character in himself.
Felix is a great character too. I mean,
the thing with Felix. I hate your voice.
I know it's off-putting as hell. It's off-putting as hell. that it's a
I know
girl
you're
voice actor.
I know
And
you're a
it's a dude.
I knew you were a dude from day one, but you're such it's and Adam, I watch anime on if I have the ability, I usually watch it at 1.5 speed or 2 times speed, depending on what's going on.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
nails.
I can understand that. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I can't even get that high. Just shut
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
You're a
I think
decent
it's
character. I like what
Felix
you're
is a good
doing.
character.
Shut up.
Felix has that great moment when he's been possessed by Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse. I said before I originally watched this in subtitles, so I was pronouncing it Beetlejuice, but now they pronounce it Betelgeuse or some shit like that in the dub.
I just remembered him as Sloth.
Sloth.
Just Sloth.
Bishop Sloth. When Subaru gets possessed by him and he's begging Julius and Felix to kill him.
Oh, that's a good scene.
And Felix says, I'm going to do this. I think I want to do this. And when he's crying, it's like, man, that's powerful. And these are great. These are all. Here's the thing. Like I said, I may be annoyed by Amelia, but I don't hate Amelia. I don't dislike any character in this show because they all have so many unique options. Even the people that are bastards, like Prince, I think her name is Princess Priscilla, one of the king candidates, the one with the big chest who has the knight with the helmet.
Oh, you mean the red dressed one?
The red who's a super bitch.
She's the only one that I outright hate and want to push off a cliff.
I don't like her, but I don't hate her because her character is completely understandable.
Yeah,
because when she tries to get Subaru to suck her foot for help, she's rightfully disgusted by him because it was a test and he failed that test with her. Of course, he doesn't go back to try and get help from her after that, but because
she's a cunt.
Well,
and
she's also evil. She's evil.
She's a female. Of course, she's gonna test you.
Well, all the other girls did too, but they were reasonable with this. I mean, the merchant one, I forget her name right now, the purple-haired one, her test was legitimate because it was the test of a merchant. And she still treated him normally. She just, whoa. All right, that was thunder. If I go away, it's because my power goes out. Okay.
And if he goes away and the power goes out, I have no way to end the stream.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a problem. So let's hope.
I'll have complete power.
Well,
almost power. I'll be able to do almost anything on your channel.
Anastasia, when he goes to Anastasia the first time in the lead up to the white whale, before he realizes they're going to go off the white whale, when he's trying to get help to get back to Mather's mansion and save Amelia, her test is not unreasonable because she's behaving perfectly fine, but it's a lesson of understand. Don't try to bargain when you have no foundation, when you have no leverage. Don't try to do anything. Don't come to a meeting asking for things and only trying to get what you want and not come to the compromise. So she's being completely fair. Same as with Duchess Kirsha.
And that was a lesson to be learned.
Yeah, and he learned it. And the same with the Duchess. When he goes see her, first of all, he doesn't understand that she could smell when he lies. She could tell when he lies. But secondly, she's looking at it for someone who's behaving honorably and not dishonorably, or like you said earlier, a petulant dick. And when he begs for her, it's like, how can you beg? Be a man. Don't beg to me. Come to me with truth and honesty, and I'll listen to what you have to say. But if you beg to me,
her butler's a badass.
Oh, Wilhelm. Wilhelm is glorious. That I love badass old dudes. When he's fighting Gluttony, and he just to continue to talk about these characters, he learns the lesson of honor and respect and how to look at somebody right in the eye and don't bullshit them from the Duchess. But he even learns the lesson from Wilhelm. Don't try to do something, protect somebody for no reason. Have a real reason. Don't just say, I want to protect people. That's kind of a hollow reason. Protect one person. If you're going to protect that person, have a real meaning for it. And you get wrapped in that. We heard bits of it leading up to the Battle of Gluttony. Wilhelm's story. It gets woven in so neatly before they fight Gluttony that you got the feels watching him fight the white whale man, what it means that he's fighting for the memory of his wife so that he can actually say I love you out loud and go visit her grave with honor, that he fulfilled it. It works so well, and it's so good. And I love this show. I love the show. I've been putting off watching it for a long time, and this was the perfect excuse to get back into it, watch season 2, and get ready for season 3. So I had so much fun this week watching it, watching all these parts. I knew the stuff's coming, remembering this stuff, remembering my favorite points, getting to the REM speech, watching Wilhelm be a badass, watching Subaru learn these lessons,
grow as a character.
Grows
because I disagree with you, Biggles. Subaru 100% grows. The evidence is the lead up to the battle with Gluttony.
It is. He learns so. I mean, it is a growth. You start in the first arc where he's just getting used to everything. Second arc is what the curse. I think of like the curse arc, the village curse arc. Now, but that's him learning to do things for other people. But at that point,
he gets information over time. That's a good example of getting info over time and then learning it out. Even if it costs you your life, you're going to do whatever it takes to succeed here.
And what he does though is he takes that information and he tries to do things differently. And what I always like in some of the repeats is that we see different aspects sometimes of what other characters are doing. And you understand what's going on their track leading up to certain points. And sometimes it allows him to then get a full understanding of the picture when he then maybe experiences something they didn't say last time, or something happens that didn't happen that time, and he gives him the full information. He didn't forget it all in season 2. Season 2 is a completely different scenario with what he has to go through there because the rules change. The rules are massively different.
Clifton says something that I think is blasphemous.
Oh, no, yeah, that no.
Better than FMA.
Yeah, FMA, but FMB, it's a complete story. Listen. I don't know if the short novels are done. I haven't seen if the light novels are done. I don't know. It could still be going. If ReZero keeps on this quality level of writing and character work and world building all the way to the end, it could get up there and be in my top 5 of things I will love to have on my shelf and watch over and over again. But right now, like everybody, like people say with other things, no, FMB is complete. It's the full story. It's there, and it continues to age like fine wine. It gets better every year, every rewatch. This could get there, but it has to get there first, and we have to see what happens with it. Wow, we got off on so many tangents. Where do you want to go from here? I could go many places, but where do you want to go from where we are now?
Where do we go?
I mean, we're talking about the romance originally.
We were talking about the romance. I think we hit on the romance decently, though. Basically, there is relationships aspects to the show that bounces back and forth and are important to the overall story. I do like how the world building is and how they, you get introduced, not episode 1, episode 2 for the director's cut. So I don't know how far into the actual show, the normal show, but you get introduced to like what are they called? Like a sword hero or whatever, like the knights. You get introduced to one and you kind of, you hear him say he's a part of this family, move on, and then later on you realize, no, this is an actual like organization he's a part of, like these sword guys. They're really strong, and you get to see more of that. I like the world building. I like the aspects of it. I like seeing how the witch does have like this grasp on this world and learning about that more. Like there's interesting stuff more to this all around anime.
It's more, and the thing is, and you learn part that Satella has no body. She's a spirit right now. She doesn't have a form. And that's why she's so pervasive the way she is. And you don't even know her plans. We don't even know fully her plans in season 2. You get a little bit more. You even see her at one point in season 2. But
you kind of see her in season 1,
a little bit. It's like it's one of those shadow ghostly images when she tells Beetlegeese to F off. You're not the one. and it breaks him completely. I love
Oh,
that.
that was a funny scene. Oh, you're not the one, and just slaps him.
Yeah, there's something about Subaru that she wants, and even I don't know the answer. I don't have the answer to that yet. But you have all these. It's a very complexly woven story, and there's even more to it. Again, I can't spoil it with season 2 for you, but there's even more to it, and it's all built on a lot of it's built on relationships, and that's why I really do enjoy this. I love all the interplay. When going back to Subaru and Rem, because that's a good starting point for me to talk about these things, watching how he interacts with her through the multiple repeats until the final one where he saves her, he hangs out with her, he saves her, and then they work together to save the kids from the mob beasts. But then she goes out there to try and fight more, and she goes too far. She gives into her demon berserk nature. Although they say demon in the dub, they said ogre in the subtitles.
It's
So
more of an ogre.
it's ogre. I think that's
Yeah,
that's a localization misstep. They're supposed to be ogres,
it would
not
make
demon tribes. They're ogres.
yeah, it would make more sense being ogres considering the horns and
Yeah, it
things
was
of that nature,
ogre
and they're obviously
in the
Japanese inspired. So
yeah, it was ogre in the sub. So that's a dub mistake. It should be ogre, not demon tribe. That's where I thought
these
they
are
had
some
it.
hot ogres.
Oh, oof, yeah, yeah. Listen, yeah, listen. Rem is she's waifu. She's waifu material. She's so up there. But she falls in love with his actions, and and when he goes to rescue her while helping out Rom at the same time, it breaks through her well-crafted emotional barrier. And even though she says at one point, he's my reason to die, in fact, she is now her reason to live.
Mhm.
And that kind of relationship building where you go through stuff and you form the bonds and the characters legitimately want to be there because it's 2 months. She's known him for enough time that it's a legitimate friendship and grows into love. It's not an instantaneous thing, and he's known them for even longer. So it works. It's not one of these cheap things where it's 1 week anime love and we're going with that. No, these are real relationships, and he knows them all. And eventually, because he always tries to interact with them in the same ways or in the better ways when he learns his lesson that he was in the wrong. I mean, the Julius Subaru relationship is actually fascinating. I'd forgotten that part of the story. Their relationship, two guys who hate each other, but also in a weird way have that frenemy relationship.
They're rivals.
They're rivals, but it's where Subaru's at the point realizes that he was in the wrong and Julius was in the wrong. And they can both say that. And they can trust each other. And have a foundation to probably maybe actually become friends. Even though you miss Reinhardt, who is a freaking badass early on. I love it when that all comes together in the first arc and Reinhardt is there to save the day. It's like, yes. Yes, and I miss him later on, but I'm sure he's going to come back later. He's not back in season 2.
Reinhardt, look, there's more to Reinhardt than what
there's going to
me.
be. He's super badass. So
he's super badass, but he's scheming something. You can kind of see it.
I don't know. I mean, he's not season 2. He's not involved in season 2. If he had
I think
been,
he's scheming something because he's the one that he finds. What's her name? Fuck.
Well,
Flick.
Felt.
He finds Felt, and yes, he does his job, and takes her. But when they introduce Felt, they kind of imply that Reinhardt's scheming here. Reinhardt has a plan.
I wouldn't
to do
say
something.
scheming. I think that he's operating because I have a feeling Felt is probably some sort of missing royal. Because he asked, "Who's your name? Where'd you come from?" I think she's a slip through the cracks royal that he found and he was looking for. Honestly, that's what I think. I don't know much because like I said, Reinhardt is not a part of season 2. If he had been a part of season 2, the events of season 2 would have gone so much easier because of what we know in season 1. But because of that, Subaru needs to find different allies of strength, because that's one of the things that is great about Subaru, aside from the fact that he learns and grows. He is still the weakest motherfucker in this show.
Yeah.
He is not your overpowered isekai hero. I mean, yes. Go ahead.
He's a tactician. His job ultimately would end up being tactician and bait. That's about it. And the only reason he can be a tactician is because he can do something that I'm pretty sure a lot of us would like to do, just play out a day, then relive it. But in order to do that, he has to kill himself every single time. So he can learn through that whole aspect.
You know what's respectable about Subaru, though, about his character? It's that kind of thing of, if you could, oh god damn it, Biggles. All right, I'll share this after. I just looked at it. No.
I saw it.
No. I am not. If I'm gonna buy a Rem statue, it's gonna be a Risque statue. God damn it, I'm not buying that. No. Anyway, if some people, if they have that data live over where they know there'll be no repercussions whatever you do, there are those that will eventually do immoral things. Subaru never does something bad. He always wants to do good. That's why he's an inherent. Well, he wants to do right by people. He never does.
Yeah.
Even though part of the storyline is that what he's doing is early on, it has a certain level of selfishness to it, because he wants to do everything for Amelia and he wants her praise and her love and affection. But it's a selfishness that is not based in, what's a good word? Malevolence. It's not. It's selfishness based upon good nature, but it gets corrupted only in the sense that it isn't a. It's not pure. It's not as altruistic as he thinks he's being. But then he learns from it. But that's why I respect Subaru with all this. He never does skeezy stuff, and in fact, sometimes he tries to do well so much. Like that one point after one of the attempts to rescue everybody from the village in Mather's mansion, he has that complete and total breakdown where he's just a vegetable. Essentially, is that one where he gets captured by Betelgeuse, and he watches him torture Rem. That was. I mean, see, I told you, it's misery light. It's misery porn light.
Yeah.
And watching.
Don't worry, I have some misery porn for you to choose from next week.
Are you gonna trick me into it? You can try. When she's crawling to him, and I thought she was dead at that point. I hadn't remembered that she'd survived that. And it's just like, oh man, she's crawling to him and just wants to be in his arms and die in his arms. Then he carries her body, and then Puck emerges in his full form for the first time, and you see the silhouette of Puck in his full power form as freezing everything. It's brutal, but it's so good. This is why I say I like, I'm not a fan of misery porn, but I like this one because the misery porn is delivered in a not offensive way to me. And it's done with a true storytelling purpose, not just for the sake of the misery porn to make you go, oh God, I love feeling bad watching these people have horrible things. No, the lessons are being taught, and we have to see these events, and it's also foreshadowing other events or possibilities and giving us information because Subaru went through so many failed attempts to rescue everybody at the mansion. We know what Puck looks like when he says, I'm ready to kill the world now. But in the current timeline,
he's so cool.
We don't know
he's so cute, cuddly kitty. He's so cute.
Not when he's when he's
ready to kill the world. He's still cute, cuddly kitty.
That's not cute, cuddly kitty. That's I'm gonna destroy. I mean, I liked it at one point when he was chastising Subaru for coming there. He just mentions, "Oh, here comes gluttony," like it means nothing. Like in that particular timeline, he was probably about to shred gluttony to pieces without even a second thought.
Because remember his whole reason now is to destroy the world.
In that instance,
Nothing's
yes.
going to stand.
Yeah,
Nothing will stand in his way. I just blanked on her name. Amelia's
Amelia.
whole job. Amelia, you basically
His whole
Amelia
existence.
is her, and
Yeah.
her job is to hold him back. The moment I would say
Sort
hold him
of.
back.
Well, season 2 gives you those answers. Season 2 gives you more on that when you get her complete backstory. But that's the thing. I love that you get these pieces of information that are no longer relevant in the actual existing timeline. Because were there times when you're watching this where you would go, okay, I think this is the permanent timeline now? Could you pick it out here and there when you thought it was gonna, or were you surprised sometimes when he had to do a repeat like
I'll
that?
be honest. The one time I was really there, I think there was once.
Only
That I
once
was
did I
really
know for sure.
shocked.
In my original watch, there's only once where I knew for sure there was not going to be a repeat. Was the Rem confession? Rem confession told me he was going to get through to his next save.
I was so actually after, because how that all plays out, you do gluttony, Rim confession, battle gluttony, and then you go
The
through
first
all that,
attempt
and
at sloth in the cult.
the
Yeah.
first attempt at sloth. I was actually worried that
It would
fuck,
go.
we're gonna have to go all the way back.
You were, yeah.
I was actually worried, and also I was shocked by all that. I was shocked at the first attempt at sloth and how botched that ended up going.
Because you felt like it was going well, right? It's like, oh man, they're winning this and that, and that I didn't see. I thought that was a win, and then when he gets, and then suddenly everybody keeps dying. The village is getting destroyed. He gets possessed, and I was like, oh shit, no, this is a repeat. He's gonna go back.
And I was actually shocked by that one.
And it still took a couple of times to get that one right, because then they screwed it up again with Rom. And that's one thing that slipped through the fingers. I don't know how they ended up sending a blank letter. That one I still haven't gotten how the blank letter got there. I keep missing. I missed that one again.
I think he did.
It was his fault.
It's. I don't remember if he wrote the letter or if
he was supposed
to
have written the letter.
Kirsha wrote.
She was supposed to send it. She was supposed to send it, but he wrote it. It was his fault. He admitted. So that's a small little plot point that I'm still not even clear on 2 times watching this through. So I'm maybe on the 3rd time I'll catch it.
He might have just fucked. He might have just fucked up the letter.
But that's why I don't get exhausted mentally with the repeat stuff of this, because it's fun watching him fix the mistakes. At least it is for me. I like watching go for the perfect run. And watching them get the perfect run, watching everybody doing exactly what they need to do it's exhilarating for me.
Watching him go up against like what the Void Beast or whatever it is in Elden Ring that I was freaking out to last Saturday, and getting all those perfect dodges, and just finally you might have fucked up a few times, but you get that final kill and you're like, yes, your heart's racing. You sit back and it's like you just came.
Oh, that's why it happened. See, there are clues to that. Alpha Omega says it. That's what happened. You see, watching the second time, I already knew that Rem had her name eaten, because Rom never asks about Rem once Subaru arrives. That's when I knew that second time around. First time around, I don't know that. Second time around, I did say, but now that's what's missing. Thank you, Alpha Omega. So that's why the letter was blank. That's why it's blank.
That actually makes sense, because
you don't know that point yet, though. You only know part of it.
I'm not supposed to know that point.
Yeah, did you look it up?
I was like, what the fuck happened? So I quickly Googled it. So I saw what happened.
You get it the first episode next season. You get answered right away.
Yeah, it was like one moments where it's like, what the fuck happened? And I'm tired of watching the next episode, start the next season. So it's like, I'm just going to Google it. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm curious how this is going to play out now.
Yeah.
I'm at least happy she's not gone.
Oh, she's not gone, but she's a comatose, Rem is comatose right now, and to get that thing, that's why the save points and getting far enough and knowing the fun is knowing if you're going to get a repeat. At that point, once he's beaten Gluttony, once he's beaten Sloth, after beating Sloth legitimately, because now that they got the legitimate win, saved everybody, that's his new save point. So he cannot go back before he sends Rem away with the wagon train.
Mm-hmm.
He cannot go back and fix that. And the thing is, the people disappearing wasn't gluttony. It's a different sin. I forget which one right now. I'll know in a day when I start rewatching. I forget right now. There's a different sin that eats the name of somebody and everybody forgets. So Rem is alive, but her soul is gone. And since her soul is gone, nobody knows who she is. I didn't say we haven't talked about Otto yet. Otto even gets a backstory next season.
Oh,
and
so he's not
sad.
just a wagon?
No. Otto has a story. Otto has an existence. He has a thing. Even though his introduction, I don't feel bad about Otto getting beat up because he kills Subaru the first time they run into the white whale. It's like, fuck you, Otto.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, that's kind of why when Biggles is like Otto is his name, and you go like, oh yeah, he gets a story. It's like, why? He's a wagon douchebag. I don't like him.
He gets a story, but the funny thing is, it's different than Rem. Like Rem killing Subaru, and you're like, oh man, how can you like her? Well, you understand why. You get her story, and she's not evil. She was just doing her job. Otto, his first instance there, he was a dick. He just flat out kicks Subaru off so I could live.
Yeah, I don't even think he did. He didn't end up living. So
fuck
you.
He didn't survive the white whale in that instance. Nobody did.
Yeah,
Nobody survived
it. Otto can kiss my ass for all I care. I don't even want more of him. But now you're gonna tell me I have more of him? No, I don't want
more of him. You get it. But that's to me was such in the end of the season where everything went well. Subaru managed to pull it all off, and then he gets the ultimate gut punch. Nobody knows who Rem is. And this time around watching, I realized I'd forgotten that she wrote the letter, so I'd missed that point. But realizing that Rom doesn't ask about her, I realized, oh, Rem's already gone from everybody's memory at this point. She's gone. It's over. So that is such a way to end the season for me. And it's hard. And now knowing that season 3, I'm probably not getting closure on Rem with season 3. It depends on, season 3 will probably be another, because with season 3, if it goes part 1 and 2, this show will be over 60 episodes by the end of season 3. That's a lot. Because even though we just watched director's cut, it was 13 episodes. That's really 26 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think season 2 was 25, maybe 26. So this is when was season 3
I think
done?
there's a season 2 director's cut as well.
Is there? I didn't see one when I was looking. I'll have to go.
I saw a season 2 that only has 12 episodes, and I think there were hour-long episodes.
Ooh, then I'll go for that one because season 2 has also been it's been completed. It's been completed for like 2 years now. So season 3,
I can look on my new perfectly legal site.
Yeah, sure. Point is, season 3, when it completes probably next year, because they break it into 2 parts and they separate it by like 3 or 4 months, which is really frustrating. It is it starts in October. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Problem is I won't watch it until December probably because I want to let all the episodes stack up. But that means this series already has over 60 episodes, and I think it's probably going to go 4, maybe 5 seasons.
Okay, I was wrong. It's season 2, part 1.
Yeah, it's completed.
Yeah,
it's completed.
Yeah, so there's season 2, part 1 that has
the
12 episodes. Then season 2, part 2. Yeah. And there's the movie in between.
There's a movie in between?
Yeah, season 1, the movie. Season 2, part 2.
Huh? I didn't know there's a movie. Ooh, something more to watch. Cool. Anyway, but there's so much to tell, and I'll have to dodge spoilers for Rem. I want to know how that goes, and I like you. I think that going back to the original starting point for all of this, I think in the end that when Rem comes back, there'll be a choice that Subaru's going to make.
I just read what the movie's about.
Yeah.
It's Amelia's backstory.
Which is in season 2. So
yeah, and that's what the movie is. It's all about her backstory.
Oh, so then I already, or I already get that in season 2. Then I don't need to see that then.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, and once again, if people know the answers, please let me live in my ignorance until I have to find out for myself. I think
Let
that
us
Subaru,
live in ignorance bliss.
yes, I think Subaru will choose Rem because it's just realer, and also if Amelia does win, honestly, I don't think Amelia deserves to be queen.
No,
I don't. She's not a good queen candidate. You get that even more in season 2, even though she survives her trials in season 2 eventually. She doesn't have the makings for a ruler. Honestly, I think Duchess Kirsch has the makings for the best ruler out of all of them. I think she does.
it might be Fleck. What's
Felt.
your name? Felt.
Well, that's if she's actual royal. Well, we haven't had enough of her yet. We need to get, but of the current ones, I mean, Felt's only 15, and she literally wants to burn the kingdom down. He wants to burn it down.
Yeah, that's why she's my pick.
Well, you like chaos. You like anarchy. I like order, and to me, Kirsch represents order and a clear vision. Whereas Anastasia, she wouldn't be bad either, but
she wouldn't be bad, but she's too
cold.
She's too cold.
Numbered. It's all numbers with her.
And it's all info, data, do all this, do all that. Anastasia or not Anastasia. Kirsch
bitch. Or no. We don't want the bitch, even though she got great tits.
We don't want the bitch. But I'm always off with their names. So
it's okay. I barely know them too.
There's the one with the sword that also had
that's Duchess Kirsch.
Duchess Kirsch would be a better pick.
Yeah.
Even though she's cold in her own regard, but she's a leader.
But she's honorable and she's good. And even though she needs to be sometimes pushed to do the proper direction, she wants to do things in a very organized way and not take chances. She has the makings for a better ruler in terms of stability. Anastasia is a good number 2. Princess Bitch, while I would do all kinds of things to her, she's bad. She's not good. She likes to see suffer.
Adam. Princess Bitch won't let you do all sorts of bad things to her. You will be her puppet. You would have to be into BDSM, and she's a dummy mommy.
Well,
that's how she gets off. She gets off by hurting you.
Yeah, so I don't. She'd be a horrible ruler. And Felt, she's a child. She's a child.
Yeah, but she. Come on.
And she has nothing. At the same time, but then Amelia's too much. She's too idealistic.
Yeah.
I mean, having equality is great, but she has no idea how to get there. She has no idea how to tame nobility, and also she is fighting she has to fight the fact that legitimate racism is used against her because she's a half elf and she looks like Satella. She literally does look like Satella when you see Satella. She looks just like her. And so it's not
the cover art. It's the cover art for season 2. I know what Stella looks like.
No, that's actually the Witch of Greed. That's actually the Witch of Greed. That's not the Witch of Envy. That's the Witch of Greed. Looks similar. She looks similar. She got bigger tits and she got furry eyelashes. She got the eyelash design. Hey, listen. She said, when you meet all the other witches, the Witch of Lust. Oh, honey. Anyway, that was those are great episodes. Those are fantastic episodes. But she fights actual racism. And that's why I think in the end she won't lose because of racism, but I think events are going to remove her from the board as
I think the problem that we have is there's who's the guy who's like leading her? The Duke.
Oh, Margrave Matters?
Yeah, Margrave.
Matters?
Yeah, Margrave. Mathers.
You're gonna love his backstory. You're gonna love his backstory.
Mathers said in season 1 when he was hanging out with Rom, he wants to kill that dragon.
He wants to kill the dragon. Now even I don't even know why yet. Even from season 2, I don't have an answer to that one. I know a lot of his desire. You get 90% of his motivations in season 2 once you get his backstory.
I think because he wants to kill the dragon, Amelia might get chosen just so he can fight the dragon.
Well, and even if Amelia becomes queen, Subaru wouldn't be able to become her consort. I don't think. And even then, I still think events are going to shape out as the story evolves later on towards the end.
Subaru's going to get with Rim.
There's going to be a moment when he realizes that everything he does is for Rim and not for Amelia. Mm-hmm. And that's just the way, as a writer and a storyteller, I see the threads lining up that way, and that his idealism, his idealized vision, his pedestal, the pedestal, placing upon a pedestal that he does for Amelia, it will crumble at one point.
Rings of Power really did do a number on you.
I'm tired. I also really got to pee. So
I need to get water. So
yeah. All right. Let's trade off. I'm gonna go pee. Hold down the fort for a second, and then you can go get water. All right. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Hello, folks. Now this is my show. I'm in control. Okay. Enough of this. Enough of all this stuff. Felt is the correct answer for Queen, and you want to know why? Fuck the system. Burn it all down. Anarchy reign. Let the powers that hold us back. Wait. You know, I had a whole thing here and I completely botched it. So it is what it is. Yeah. Oh no, Dermy is stripping. No, not stripping yet. Yet is the key phrase. I mean, if I start getting some super chats over on my side, I might, take my shirt off. I could take off my hat. I could go put on the booty shorts. I know Adam hates the booty shorts. I could go put on the booty shorts. He could have a stream with me in booty shorts, just shaking my bump. Queen Felt, let's go. That's right. Queen Felt. Let's do this shit. God damn, he really had to pee. Here, I'll quickly pimp this out. Go check out dermywormy.locals.com to go sign up for my locals. Use code DERMY to get 1 month free membership on locals as well. I will be doing my reviews for stuff over there from now on, and then clipping them up and putting them out maybe on Dermy Wormy Clips and I might change my Clips channel actually to my review channel. But yes, go check out dermywormy.locals.com to get all the updated information, and also you get better notifications over there. You always get my notifications. You always get the information. Just go sign up.
Jesus Christ. I can hear you yelling anarchy. I left my headphones here. I can hear you yelling that all the way in the bathroom. I can hear you yelling anarchy reigns supreme all the way to the bathroom.
You left, so I just started preaching the words for of Felt, and then I pimped out my locals. So
yeah, if you want to get some water. All right. Yeah. As for me, I'll pimp some stuff while Dermy's gone. Just remind everybody, if you haven't checked out my Rings of Power Season 2, Episode 1 review, it is up now. You can go watch it tonight or later. It's not too long, only 40 minutes. You can check that out. When we're done here, I may do a Dragon Age 2 stream over on the gaming channel. I really want to. I even got the mods in there, so I kind of really want to do it. We'll see how things go, how much longer we go here tonight. So go check that out. If you haven't checked it out, check out the gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade. The link is in the description below. Tomorrow will be Rings of Power Season 2, Episode 2 review. And Saturday will be, Rings of Power Season 2, Episode 3 review, leading it up to 8:30 p.m. Eastern on my channel, on Jed's channel. Welcome back to Mordor Country. Yes, we are going to sit down with a panel. Dermy will be there. A couple other people will be there. We're gonna go through all 3 episodes. It's gonna destroy and melt our brains, but we're going to do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna have a good time doing it. We want you all to join us for that. It's going to be so much fun. You don't have to have anything to do with that Alpha Omega, but you can watch us lose our minds over it. Trust me, we will lose our minds. It will be a good time. We're gonna have a lot of fun. every week, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Saturday until the show's over. And then when Wings of Power is over and we return to Saturday Night Drive, and when it comes back, you, the viewer, you, the subscriber, for this quarter, we're going to do it every quarter, the end of every quarter, you will get to create a list and vote on what movie Jed and I will watch. Now, we know we're opening ourselves up to something that's going to be horrible because you guys are going to choose the worst possible shit for the list and then vote. What? No, that doesn't. No, we are not watching hentai. No, we are not. No, it's not happening. Not that disgusting, horrible thing anyway. I'm sorry. Food of bad. Food of bad. Food of bad.
Debbie Does Dallas. There we go.
Anyway, you guys will get to vote on it. We will give you about a week's or so head notice to give us your suggestions. Then Jed and I will find a way to legitimately compile a list, and then we'll put up a poll, and you guys will get to vote on it, and we will watch it with probably much gnashing of teeth and screaming and crying, because that will be it. Anyway, all right. So, where are we? One of the things I want to say, because I feel like we're closing out our discussion on it, because again, with only two of us, we can only go so far.
We still managed to eke out like an hour and 15 minutes. So
yeah. I have to say, I really do love the animation style of this show, and I love the fluidity of it. It's a show that doesn't repeat cells. The action is glorious. When you get the action, it's glorious. It is outstanding. The battle, the music is good too. Yes, the battle against Gluttony. I didn't see it coming when it happened. I didn't know they were. The momentum keeps building up. This battle against Gluttony, and it's just epic. And you realize, man, are they going to win this in one go? Or we're going to have a repeat. No, they do it in the one go. They're doing it on the fly, and it's just so much fun. There was one difference between the dub and the sub that I did miss in this one. Remember when they're fighting Gluttony and Subaru springboards up and lands on Rem's mount, and he gets a face full in her chest? Remember that point? In the dub, she's just happy. In the sub, she goes bonus when he gets his face right between her tits. It's like bonus. I love it because her humor in that kind of moment is just outstanding. But everything about that fight is glorious, and it is so it raises stakes, and then to have it not as high, but equally momentum in terms of action and tension. The fight against the witch's cult after that. The show manages to keep you engaged. It doesn't miss a beat by adding the layers of the emotion, the interaction, and the failures against which is called adds the emotion. And then you get the final punch of Rem's been erased at the end. And it leaves you misery porn light, but it just takes all the joy you have over the victory. Especially if you are a Rem lover like myself, and you want all good things for Rem, but now suddenly she's been erased, and it's terrible. And watching next season, watching Subaru try to explain to Rom who Rem is painful. Especially having seen Rom lose it when Rem died that one time in a repeat. It's rough.
I just looked at Clifton's suggestion, and also Legatus' suggestion.
That's not a movie. That's not a movie. Doesn't count.
Rebel Moon director's cut, Miss Marvels, Captain Marvel.
Well, the Marvels is a movie, I guess.
You could watch Captain Marvel and then the Marvels.
No, it's only
they're
gonna do something horrible to us. I know they are.
They're gonna do horrible things to you guys.
It's gonna be horrible. I know it is.
And you know I'm gonna probably promote you got them.
Oh, you're going to. Yeah, and yeah, dude, motherfucker, you got like a free member chat coming my way at some point that I know you're gonna use to all kinds of ill designs. I'm not looking forward to it because the rules. I have to read it. Nothing I could do about it. Yeah, I know you're saving it. You're waiting until you're not on stream so I can yell.
You have to wait for 1 month.
Yeah.
You have to wait for the anniversary. So if I can get one out.
When Dom gifted it, he had instant regret. He said, Derby got one. Can I take it back? I was like, he said, "Can I take this back?" I'm like, no, we can't. And we're waiting for it. All right. Without talking about detail of every single arc and this and that and that, I think we've done a pretty good broad discussion of this. You want to say anything else before we move on and talk some other stuff?
I'll say this was my first time watching it. I don't hate it. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. Parts of it I thought were a little slow, dragged on a little bit. Parts of it I was very invested in. Shocked by the big battle scenes and stuff. I was not expecting that. I liked it. I'll check out season 2 when I get a chance.
I think you'll like season 2. I think you'll like it because the character work and the story is compelling.
I have some stuff I need to finish before I get to season 2, and I also finally fired up fully my continuing One Piece. Firing on all cylinders.
And
I'm in
Dressrosa. Yeah,
I'm in Dressrosa right now.
And we're going to jump to that in a second. And for my final thoughts, I loved this the first time I saw it. I really got into it. I thought season 2 continues to be make it a strong series. I watching it for a second time, I like it even more because I know where everything's going and I can see the layering, the plots as they're lining up, and I appreciate everything more. So I think this is a show that improves with rewatching, like not right away. I mean, like wait a year or two, then rewatch it, that kind of stuff. But I think it'll happen. Well, Clifton, you never know. You never know. We've done a lot of shows where we've done season 1s and we haven't gotten to season 2s yet. So it's honestly with the way our system works right now, as long as there's 2 of us, it's pretty random what we're going to get, unless we have an agreed upon thing. Because at one point there will be an agreement where we're going to do a One Piece episode, and we're going to get a panel of people on here, full panel, who want to talk One Piece. And
we're also working on some other like full-fledged agreement, like for this chunk of time. We're doing this season. We have some stuff in the works that we're trying to bring to the table.
But both our channels aren't large enough to really, I think, to deliver the full experience, because we want to deliver the full enjoyment of, let's just say, because we've talked about it on other streams, so it's not a lie. When we do Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, we want to be able to give you guys a full multiple month panel discussions, but we don't want to just have it be a tiny little thing that'll be forgotten. We want it to be something that you can share with people and people can get into it.
The best part about how we're going to be doing Brotherhood is we got Shaka Zulu, who will be watching it for the very first time, so we can relive watching it for the first time through Shaka Zulu. We can talk about how these moments impacted us watching it for maybe like the 50th time or whatnot. Like we have some stuff in the works.
Yeah, I mean, I actually put off watching it for the past years. Like, get it out. I got so many goddamn things, it's stuck. I can't get it out. I can't get it out. It's stuck. I got so much shit in there, packed in there. I did a count on the first 2 shelves. There's over 100 movies on the first top 2 shelves there. So I got a lot of shit packed in there. But I used to watch it biannually, or no, annual. I used to watch it annually. I haven't watched it in a couple of years, especially since we started this show, knowing that at some point we're going to do it. So I'm saving up. I'm saving up my desire. When we watch it, it's going to be glorious.
My desire constantly keeps building up because it's like, I should watch it now. No, I can't watch it now. Bad.
There's always, I find something else to watch every time. I do. I always find something else to watch. So it'll be fine. But we got a lot of stuff, but we want to grow the audience. That's why we made this a simulcast. That's why we try to get on a wide array of guests. That's why we try to vary what we talk about. We don't just go. I mean, it would be boring if we just went to ReZero season 2 next month. It'd be kind of boring because we need to.
It would make sense, but I also really love how we do it right now, where we do the whole. I'm going to give you 3 choices.
Yeah, that's fun. It's fun. Yeah. Also, doing something like Brotherhood, it's complete series, and Brotherhood it's broken into seasons, but it's not necessarily seasons. It's just
Like
that was the 12 episodes and then 13 episodes, and then they just got a new intro song, which delineates, okay, now you're in a new season.
eventually, I would like to do Code Geass, kind of like the
We
Full
would,
Metal
yeah,
Alchemist style. Just not.
yeah.
We don't need to do the whole the movies after the fact, but just the first 2 seasons that way, because you
I
can
would do
have
the,
it wrap up there.
I would be okay doing the movie because people don't like the movie. I like the movie. It gave me the closure I wanted.
I still I have yet to see the movie. I need to, but Code Geass I think is just beautiful, wonderful.
Oh, it's beautifully
And if
animated.
they
Oh,
ever
it's
and if they
beautiful.
ever did a good like a full-fledged Berserk anime, I would make you watch that, and we'd
I
have
know
to
you
do
would.
that.
I know you would. Well, yeah, I know you would. Listen, there's one condition, and it will happen. The story needs to finish.
We're never gonna get a proper anime.
No, no. Doesn't have the anime.
Oh,
I mean, the story has to be
yeah,
complete.
the story.
Where I can then go. I can then go check out how it ends, and it's going to happen because we know it's going to happen. They're releasing chapters again right now, so
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
And Clifton, the biggest problem is there has only been one decent anime for Berserk,
It's the
and
one from
that
the
was
90s. The 90s.
80s or 90s, one of the
90s.
two.
I think it was 90s.
Yeah, it might have been 90s. That's the only decent iteration of the anime. And then they did the the Golden Age arc trilogy, which was just the same thing with updated animation, CGI, and then they cut out
horrible
stuff as
CGI
well.
animation, just horrible.
Golden Age, the trilogy, the movies of the trilogy, that was actually good animation.
Okay.
That was when they were mixing in 2D with the 3D, and they only did the 3D when they were doing action moments and stuff like that. That was actually very smooth, and sometimes you didn't even know if it was 2D or 3D. It's the actual anime though that they ended up doing that was to be the continuation that they botched horribly. They did censor it. They censored out nipples. They did a bunch of crazy stuff. It didn't look good. It didn't feel right, and it was a bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah, but so I will put the condition on if we ever gonna make me go through Berserk, it's got to be done because it has to be done, and it's almost done. It'll get its ending. It's just gonna take time, but the guys have their notes.
Yeah.
They have their notes. They have their marching orders from the man. May he rest in peace. And they'll get there. They'll get there, and it'll, even though it's not him doing it, it's still his ideas. It's still his notes. Yeah. It's his ideas. It's his story.
His family. It's his family and his best friend.
Yeah. No, they'll get there. There. And I talked about this like last year when they announced it. I'm happy for all you Berserk fans. I may not be a Berserk fan, but I'm happy you are all going to get the best possible outcome in this tragic situation that you can ask for. So, I mean, there won't be any. It won't probably have his nuance to it, but it will have his hopes and his desires in there, and that will have to be good enough, I guess. So. You mentioned One Piece. You started watching One Piece again. Oh no! So basically, to fill it up ReZero, I recommend go watch season 1, 2. When director's cut, go watch season 2. I'm going to watch it myself starting tomorrow or Saturday, and I'm going to have fun. I enjoy the hell out of it, and I can't wait for season 3. And I want this show to keep going. I want it to end in a great way because I would love to one day put the entire series on my shelf. I would love to do that. All right, so One Piece. We seem to talk One Piece a lot on this show, because there's always One Piece news. Because 1, we love it, and 2, there happens to always be One Piece news or some sort of One Piece news when we're doing the show. And even though it's not animated, we do have One Piece live action news to talk about, which is legitimate because we have discussed in depth on what they need to do to make One Piece live action work, and we were in agreement they needed to follow they can't break away from the anime anymore like they did with season 1. They've got to do it, and all signs point to them. They're gonna make a great attempt. 8 episodes. They're gonna make a really decent attempt to do entrance into the Grand Line proper. because we had it confirmed about a week or so ago. Season 2 will start in Logtown. Appropriate. I still think they could have gone to Logtown in season 1 if they chopped out some shit, but we're past that. Logtown, Laboon, and Whiskey Peak. That's kind of coincides with each other.
Mhm.
Little Garden and Drum. That's it. Now they are filming seasons 2 and 3 back to back. So that's why we're seeing castings for Alabasta. Season 3 will be all Alabasta. And Dermy, that we said that was the way they had to go to have a chance.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because moving forward, I think we've said it multiple times. East Blue into Alabasta is very all over the place. You don't really get like a full island arc until Drum Island,
Mhm.
and even then, that's a very small one.
yeah.
Once you get into Alabasta, that's where they start kind of like filling out. Like you're gonna be here for a long time.
Alabasta's the first time in the franchise where when you get to the climactic point of the arc, you get the map and you see everybody's little faces and where they all are on the map as they move
Mhm.
towards different points. That's the first time you get that legitimately. And that's why.
Oh god.
And
I started
go ahead.
so because I started not rewatching, but properly
Back in.
continuing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting back into One Piece properly.
Mhm.
Uh, I had to go and listen to the Alabasta music,
Mm.
mainly Crocodile versus Luffy. That because they use actual like or an actual symphony for that song,
Mm.
and I love that song so much.
So it looks like they are gonna, in terms of their pacing, it's smart. Now, they'll have to cut a few corners here and there, and that's fine. There's some stuff they can cut out Logtown that'll be pretty easy. That's not hard to get through. They
Mhm.
have to get through Logtown in one episode. They can't stay in Logtown more than one episode. They got to get through Laboon.
Well, okay, so
Okay.
Logtown, Laboon, Whiskey Pete, we mix those two together.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because
Little
Vivi's
Garden
introduction is
and
Laboon.
yeah, Little Garden and then Drum
Drum.
Island. 8 episodes. Their options are essentially either one episode for Logtown, and then you do, and
Whiskey Peak. You can
then you immediately jump into Laboon the next episode, then mix in
Whiskey
Whiskey
Peak.
Peak there.
Yeah.
That'll be 3 episodes. Then you get left with
Little Garden can be 2
Little
episodes.
Garden being 2,
Maybe 3,
Drum
maybe
Art.
3.
I think you could do Little Garden in 2.
So you're saying then 3 episodes for Drum Island, which would work. I would
I think 3 episodes for Drum Island would have to
yeah.
do because you'd
Yeah.
have to go introduce Chopper, build up to that final
Chopper
fight, and
backstory,
then
yeah.
Chopper backstory, and then do the final fight, and then that ultimate resolution when Chopper sees what he's always been dreaming of seeing.
Yeah.
You can do
And
that in 2 episodes as well, but I think it
then
would work better with 3.
you have to splice in the teases for Alabasta. You have to splice in a little crocodile here, there, a little Robin there, little shots of that here and there, and so you have to get it all in there. You laid out the exact way they get through it season 2.
They
And
can do it. They can also do it the way that I think they're gonna ultimately do it, which is 2 episodes Logtown, maybe mix Whiskey Peak and Laboon together,
mhm.
and then they'll probably do 2 episodes for
Little Garden.
Little Garden, and then 2 episodes for Drum Island because
It
that's
would
kind of how
still work.
their
It
system is right now.
It
I
would
don't
still
like it,
work.
but
It'll be tight. It would be tight because you want to give Drum Island enough room to breathe with Chopper. You want to give Chopper a proper introduction because
yeah,
that's still something that's going to make or break it. We're about to go over the cast, Clifton. We're going to show you guys what we know so far. There are still 2 roles this season that have to appear. You don't need to see Crocodile. Crocodile just needs to be a voice. But
he could just be a presence. You don't even need him to be like a
well,
proper
you do need him
voice.
for a voice because if they do it proper, he needs to be calling Mr. 3 during the Little Garden, and Sanji needs to yell at him over the Den Den Mushi. So,
I've been of the opinion that you don't actually even need to cast his voice yet. You could do just a presence of him. Like when Mr. Three's when he's calling Mr. 3, just have Mr. 3 pick up the phone hear what's happening.
Mhm.
We don't need to hear it, but have Mr. 3 like react to it, especially because the actor who's going to be Mr. 3 is
Yeah.
perfect for the role. And then when Shinji, yells at him again, have just Shinji hear it and then do the yelling. We don't know
I would
what's on
still
the other
say
line.
with Sanji, he needs to hear the voice. I think it's because it plays out later
Well,
on.
he can hear the voice, but we don't
But
have to.
we need. I still think we need to. But either way, so
Okay.
but we don't need Crocodile this season. But they still have 2 roles, so we'll get to the 2 missing casting, 3 if you count Alabasta. So
Mhm.
we got the first major one. This is the most major one because there was the quote unquote fan campaign to get Jamie Lee Curtis to play Dr. Correa, which was
And
god awful.
apparently Jamie Lee Curtis wanted to do it too, which part of me sits here and goes like,
I hate
Jamie
her.
Lee Curtis could do it, but I don't want her to be it.
I hate her.
There has to be a better actor than Jamie Lee Curtis.
And we got
Because the
one.
thing with Dr. Correa, yeah, old lady, but like old lady that with spirit and that can
Yeah.
still do shit. Like she still has like fire in her.
Yeah.
She's
Uh,
not Jamie Lee Curtis.
and
Jamie Lee Curtis has the look. She just doesn't have the
it's a
chops.
miscast. It's a miscast
Yeah.
because she can't play the role.
Yeah.
It was retarded that people just wanted her because she has long gray hair now. That's the only reason these fake fans and tourists wanted her because she has long gray hair now. That's it. That's it. But we did get a cast.
she
We did get a
she has
cast.
long gray hair and she's old. That's the only reason.
That is it. That's it. That's it. But we did get a cast, and I am frankly very pleased with it because I am a fan
Mhm.
of Katie Sagal. I
Oh, this is
love
a perfect cast.
it's going to be fantastic. She's going to be great because she can give energy. Anybody knows, first of all, you go way back in the day, Married with Children. She can give energy. She's a great voice actress as Leela from Futurama. So, and she was great on Sons of Anarchy. So, Katie Sagal is fantastic choice for this.
She can hit every position that she needs to do.
And
I will say she's a little
and
too hot for the role, but
no, she's got the body for it, man. She's got the
she has the
body.
that's the whole thing. Dr. Correa has the body.
But she
Put a
got the
bag on
face.
that thing.
She got a hammer face, hammer face. But no, Katie Sagal is hot enough for the role. She's going to be a hot Dr. Correa. She's going to be a hot one, and I'm ready for that. I'm so
It's
ready for that.
and
I'm ready for it. Yeah,
she has the look. You
yeah.
give her you dye her hair, look.
Oh yeah,
She has this personality. She has a
yeah.
spirit. She's the perfect
And
casting
she
for
can be
this role.
serious when she needs to be.
Mhm.
She's a great dramatic actress too when she needs to be. So she's going
And
to deliver those scathing Dr. Correa moments when she's chastising people. It's going to be great. So this
and
is a
not
great
just that,
cast. Yeah.
and not just that. When Dr. Correa is retelling what the fuck happened,
hmm hmm So
Katie will be able to do it.
this is fantastic. This is great. They nailed this one. So let's keep going though. We got more. This is Little Garden Drama. So we got Dr. Crocus.
Uh,
I don't
Clive Russell. So, one, he's Blackfish over in Game of Thrones, and he was one of the. I'm trying to remember. I can never remember the guy's name, but in 13th Warrior, the guy with like the big heavy armor.
Oh,
That when
really?
they
That's
go
him?
into
Oh,
when they go into the tunnels and goes like, "Today was a good day to
that's
live."
him. I didn't know
That's
that was
him.
him. Oh,
Yeah,
great. I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this.
yeah,
That's fine. That's great. All right, great. I don't know these guys who are going to play Dorian
yeah.
Broggie, but they're giants, and I'm glad they're doing this. That they're
Mhm.
going to do Little Garden because it's very because you were a child, so you wouldn't remember this. But back when Four Kids was doing One Piece, when they did the Four Kids dub, they skipped Little Garden. They cut it out, and you know right now, you cannot cut out Dorian Broggie. You cannot do it. Not at all. Not when you get to um not when you get to Ennis Lobby, and you can't cut it out now, especially. So you can't do that. So I'm sure these guys are gonna be fine. They're also gonna be massively CGI'd to be giants.
Mhm.
So I'm sure they're fine. I
Well,
have
they
no
could
problem
also
with yeah, yeah.
they'll probably be a little CGI'd, but they could also probably do like
Yeah.
freaking camera
Oh,
tricks to make them look bigger. Like
oh yeah.
there's ways to do it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they remember think about these. These are two of the biggest giants of their era. So
Mhm.
these guys are huge. So they can't shortchange us on the Giants in this. They have to be huge. Have to be huge, especially compared if you want. Eventually, if they get as far to go into ores, they need to make sure that you understand how big Ors is compared to other giants. So,
Oh,
all right.
God,
So
Ors.
now here's the big dump right here. All right. So we got David Desmel. I can never say his last name, but I first saw him in the MacGyver reboot when he played when he played Murdoch. He was great in that. This guy does crazy well, and he's gonna be great as Mr. 3. He's gonna be great.
And also David's other roles, Polka Dot Man.
Yeah.
And then he has a connection to DC, like a weird connection to DC.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Dark Knight as one of the guys who was a part of the Joker team and stuff, like Sniveling. He got picked up after the Joker took that shot during the whole parade. He was the guy that got picked up. In Gotham, he was a part of a Joker cult.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Polka Dot Man. He knows how to play a more sniveling, scared character as well. And when it comes to Mr. 3, yeah, Mr. 3, he's confident until you start challenging him when he becomes a little bit more slimy.
Later on, he will become a sniveling dick later on in the series.
Yeah.
But that's a great
he's
cast.
A slimy jackass, and he's perfect for the role.
And he'll be great for that. Now the rest of these people, I do not know them from anything, but I will say they look their parts without makeup. Chick playing Miss Valentine, fine. Dude played Smoker. As long as he's buff and put him in a white wig, he'll be fine. He's a white dude. There you go. Now they're gonna need to make Smoker's smoke power look good. He's our first Logia. He's our first Logia type in Logetown. So I hope the CGI works. I really do. That chick looks like Tashigi.
Yeah, that 1-to-1. That's a one. That is a fine. Perfect. That's another example of a perfect casting right there.
Yeah, she might not have Tashigi's boobs, but we are not going to shortchange anybody for not having Oda style boobs. We can't possibly do that because Oda purposely gives every female in One Piece gigantic
except for Robin's
tits.
actor. Robin's actor was pretty flat.
What? We don't have Robin yet.
Not Robin. Jesus Christ. Nami. Nami's actor is pretty flat.
She has some boobs. She just doesn't have Nami boobs. Now remember, also Nami didn't have massive cans in the beginning. They get bigger as time goes on.
I know.
So point is, I'm not going to be such a callous man and say and hold it against some of these actresses. They don't have giant cans because Oda's tits are, as much as I love them, they are unrealistic. Not every woman can have tits bigger than your head. Anyway, all right. Dude played Mr. 5. Gee, wow, he looks just like him. I'm okay, fine. Mr. 9, he's limited. He's gonna be once you're past Little Garden, so that dude looks effeminate. Whatever. I don't care about Mr. 9. Guy playing Wapple. All right, hey, Wapple's at certain points he is a chunky asshole.
Mm-hmm. So, he's just an all-around asshole.
Yeah.
I'm going to be interested how they do Wapple, mainly because of Chomp Fruit and having to open up your mouth. I wanted to see how they do that.
Are they going to
how that all plays out?
Are they going to do when they? I mean, they'll have if they go so far as to have him slim down later on in the fight. That'll have to be CGI because that they can't make him lose his weight suddenly. So that'll be that.
Yeah, you can't. They're gonna have to be doing the Wapple fight, even though. Like Wapple at the time, he wasn't even that big of a deal. He was just he was challenging, but he wasn't. I'd say he was no Arlong, but I'm still serious. It's still an important fight, important storyline. I do want to see how that goes, and then Dalton.
That guy looks like Dalton. Yeah. Also, I'm going behind my avatar because my signal strength just dropped, which means I'm going to freeze.
You were glitching out a few times. I didn't know if it was me or you.
No, it's I just saw my signal icon appear. All right, it's back. I should be back to normal now. Yeah, Dalton. That looks like Dalton. That guy's probably going to be fine. I mean, a lot of these, with the exception of Mr. 3, Smoker, and Tashigi, these are all basically one-offs. Once you get past them, they're not coming back. So they're casting people that look like they're going to be good for the long haul because Mr. 3 is a continuing character into the later in the grand line. Smoker and Tashigi, they are still there.
Returning.
They still return for major moments and are still here and going.
They return in Alabasta.
Yeah, now Alabasta, not just that, they return in the new world, even.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So, this is fan cast. God, that's not the actual one. That's not it. Oh shit. I opened up a fan cast. Crap. All right, hold on a second. There is actual casting
Because
for Vivi.
Yeah, you
And
showed me the Vivi one, and I think me and
yeah,
we had a back and forth on that on Ballbusters.
a
Where
little
I'm
bit, and
fine.
we'll do that now. Let me just get it up here again. Uh, I thought I had it up there. I wasn't paying attention when I grabbed it. It was one of the last things I did. Live action Vivi. This is her. I think this is her. Wait, no, this is definitely her. Yeah, it is her. It's her. Okay, so this is a better picture of her right here. Let me open this up. And let me get her, King Cobra, because King Cobra has also been cast.
I thought did King Cobra get cast?
Yes, he has been cast.
Was that announced along with
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Okay. I know somebody else got announced.
Now this guy, I do know. And this he's a good actor, so I do like this one. People recognize this guy. Okay, so let me get these back up here. All right, so this is who is being cast as Vivi now. Right away, and this is the discussion we had. Vivi is plainly white. She's white. I know she lives in a desert kingdom, but she's white. But I can understand casting a brown girl in a desert kingdom.
I can too, because when you look at the cast that we have so far,
also she's pretty. She's pretty.
Oh yeah,
Vivi, and I have to be careful of this because in the show at that point, Vivi's only 16, so I gotta be careful. Vivi's a smoke show, so you gotta cast somebody pretty, just like in a moment we'll discuss with Robin. So, and in the end, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this
too, and we went over it on Ballbusters. My reasoning for it is they're obviously trying to go with a more
Middle Eastern
accurate depiction of what each character is supposed to look like in reality. Because yes, they draw all these characters a certain way in anime. They usually look Japanese, whatever, but Oda did connect ethnicities and things like that to most of his characters, if not all of them. And when it does come to Vivi, she hasn't been fully, and I did go like digging around for it. She doesn't have an ethnicity fully connected to her, but considering like how Alabasta is, it's very, I would say Arabian is the easiest way to put it, because there's Egyptian, there's Middle Eastern, there's all that kind of stuff mixed together.
There's a lot of imagery in there.
Yeah. This is a really good actual like casting for her. Now, the downside to this is, the more I think about it, how are you going to look in a light blue hair?
They have to. It has to, honestly. They should probably go with streaks. I don't think they should. I don't think they should full dye her hair blue, because the blue and her skin tone will not mix well.
It's so not going to look good.
I think if they streak her hair, it'll work well, and I would accept that. I won't lose my nerd weeb shit over that. I would accept her with streaked hair because she's pretty, and it means they wanted to make sure they stuck to that vision of Oda having beautiful women in One Piece. So I agree with you. While I would have preferred Vivi be white because she's white in the source material. I understand what they're doing, and I accept it, and I'm okay with it. It's fine. But I'm really okay with it because of who they have playing her father, King Cobra. Sandhil Ramamurthy. This dude is a great actor. He's got a lot of television experience. He was in Heroes. He was in a bunch of other shows. If he's going to play her father, that's a good cast. He can carry the role, especially because the Nefertiti family has a massive role to play going forward in the lore and continuing story. So I'm okay with this too. If you're gonna do it, bring in a solid TV actor like this guy. So he can carry. So I'm okay with this too. I'm okay with it. Perfectly fine.
I don't oppose it.
Yeah.
And so I like what they're doing. They're doing stuff that I don't have a problem with. Yeah, I'm super critical of season 1. Season 2, you got to get right, and then Alabasta, you got to hit perfect.
So it looks like in terms of season 2, it looks like they're going to try and get it right by not rushing it Get in there. The casting looks good, and at the same time, it shows that they want to give Alabasta the breathing room. So now this is the first castings of Alabasta. Problem is, though, there are still 2 cast members we need for season 2 that are going to appear. Chopper is going to be CGI. That's a given. It's impossible unless they put a kid in kid form, Chopper, or in small hybrid form. But that means they need a really good voice actor, and the Chopper CGI needs to be off the charts good. Needs to be
I
believable.
wonder.
What do you wonder?
Because all they really needed for Chopper is a voice actor.
All right, you think they're going to full CGI or just have a full CGI Chopper and have a stand-in and voice actor?
Yeah, I think that because I think that's the easiest way to do it.
It's the only way to. It's the only thing they can do.
Yeah,
with Chopper's transformations and his size.
Considering all they would probably need is a voice actor.
Yeah, and it would be
if you could just get the voice actor.
And it would be a woman. It would be a woman because Chopper has always been voiced by a woman. Chopper's a guy, but in Japanese and American subs and dubs, it's always been VA'd by a female voice actor.
And that's because of the whole size and
yeah.
Usually, even young boys, even though he's not really that young, but
he's 14, I think, or 15. I think he's the youngest. He's the youngest Straw Hat.
He's the youngest Straw Hat, but because he has this more childlike nature to him. Because of that, he gets voiced by a female because prepubescent, all that, they're usually voiced by females. I have no problem with that. See if you can actually just get the voice actor, the actual voice actor.
We'll see. But now I've said this recently. They need to not show us Chopper at all in the trailers. I don't want to see it. Because if you show us a bad frame, it's going to give us nothing but a reason to nitpick it. Don't show it to me until I see the whole thing in the show. That's my personal opinion.
Those trailers for season 1.
They were not good. They were not good.
The CGI look. They had to show us the CGI, and it's like, this is not good.
Yeah. And so Chopper is a simple fix. I agree with what you said. Now we still have the problem. No Robin yet. And Robin does appear in all those moments. She appears several times physically. They need a smoke show for Robin. She's the oldest. And you could cast Robin's 28 years old. You're not looking for a child. You're looking for a woman.
You're looking for a woman, and we're not talking. You're looking for a woman, but you're not looking for a boss bitch.
You're looking for sex, man. You're looking for sexy.
Not just sexy. You need a character that can portray every aspect of femininity within Robin. Motherliness, kindness, sternness, everything.
Robin's signature instrument is the saxophone. You need a woman that connects with that kind of sound. So they need, and maybe that's why they're hiding it, because they have to have her. They're filming right now. Robin has been cast. They're filming right now. She's been cast. And you need somebody who could be good, because you're going to go far enough. You need somebody that's going to break your heart with certain moments in her story. You need someone that's going to break your heart. You need somebody beautiful, a good actress, and has everything. So Robin she's a linchpin in this. You can't have somebody mid. You can't have somebody who's a bad actress. You can't have somebody who can't do the physical work either. Got to see Robin.
You got to be
at the same time on that. Same time, since they are filming Alabasta.
Clifton just sent this to me.
Oh,
if they can do it,
they can do it. Yeah, they can do it. But it has to be the right shade. Like Clifton,
the problem is going to be the shading because of her natural hair color and stuff.
Yeah.
If they do this,
they might put her in a wig. They might put her in a wig too. Let's be honest.
Don't put her in a wig. Don't put her in a wig.
But
wigs can be hideous. Do this with her hair. It's going to be a lot of work, but do that with her.
So they have to do that. But then, of course, now we still need Crocodile. Has to be. They have to have cast Crocodile too. They have to. If they're filming back. All these they've all been cast. They just haven't released the information. God damn it, my signal's crapping out again.
Yeah, you were blurring out there.
God, that means I might not do Well, it is kind of late. I shouldn't do a Dragon Age stream. I really shouldn't. It's too late to start one. Crocodile needs a good cast. Ace hasn't been
Ace,
revealed yet.
Crocodile, and then some of the Nefertiti people still need to be cast. Oh, and then Mr. Two.
Well, the rest of the Baroque works. The rest of Baroque works needs to be cast.
The rest of Baroque works.
But I'm talking about key characters that are going to be going forward. People that can carry on in the years to come if they are allowed to keep going.
Or Mr. One or Mr. Two?
Both. They both exist going.
Oh yeah, you're right. I was
both Bon Clay and Mr. Two, Mr. One. Both Bon Clay and Mr. One.
I forgot Bon Clay was Mr. Two. Yeah. I was thinking of somebody else.
Now you could be be as gay as you want with Bon Clay. Be as gay as you want.
Literally, you know who a perfect casting for Bon Clay on the look side, not the acting chops. No. Bud Light dude. You know, you're looking down because you're like, shit, he actually would be a good casting for looks, not skill.
He's not tall enough. Bon Clay's tall. He's got to be able to do the action too. He's got his Bon Clay, his trans foo.
I don't think I've ever seen. I can't even think.
He's
that
tall.
Dude's name
Bon Clay's tall.
No, I'm not talking about Bon Clay, but I can't think of the other guy's name.
He's a tiny little twink. He's a tiny little twink. But yeah, so they need to they've all been cast. Let's not fool ourselves. Like I said, they've all been cast because they're filming these seasons right now. It's just a matter of when are they going to let us know. But so One Piece live action, all signs point to them still taking this seriously.
God,
and I applaud them.
I can't wait for them to do Bon Clay because Bon Clay is if they do Bon Clay correctly, which it's really hard to do Bon Clay wrong. But if you if you do it right, you bring him in, you have this over-the-top gay character that can transition in a heartbeat, and you know what's going to be the funniest fucking thing ever?
Well, not so transition. He just has this copy fruit. I mean, he has a
copy fruit that
he's not Eva. He's not Eva transition.
But he can. But you know what I mean. Everybody's gonna look at this and go like, "This is a wonderful character," and all the gay people are gonna be.
They're not gonna know what to say.
They're not gonna know what's good to say because they're like, "But it's over the top gay. Why do you like it?" It's like because it's a good character
and because he has a story. I mean,
they actually might hate Bon Clay because they'll probably view it as homophobia.
I mean,
because it's like it's over the top, but it's fun and an enjoyable character.
And with Bon Clay, if they carry all the way to Impel Down, oh man, Bon Clay's storyline in Impel Down, dude.
Bon Clay,
his storyline Impel Down is it's masterful. It's masterful. It's great.
I cried.
It's great.
I'll admit it. I cried.
Dude, I tear up all the time in One Piece. I'm not gonna lie. Oda knows exactly where to get me every time when he wants to. But
there was a scene I was thinking about the other day, because this is before I fully fired One Piece back up to continue. Mm-hmm. I can't remember what fight it was. I think it was Marineford, and I wasn't even thinking about the conclusion of Marineford. I was just thinking of Whitebeard going around Marineford, that whole battle as it's playing out, and doing it right now. It's giving me just goosebumps, and oh god, it's so fucking good. I was also trying to figure out what is like the superior arcs in One Piece.
Well,
I can tell you what the last.
This is your first time watching Dressrosa, right? This is your first time. Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, oh man, you want to talk about some hard hitting emotional moments?
I know because I'm me and I get all like, what is this? And I start looking stuff up when I probably shouldn't be. I know something that's about to happen. Although part of my issue, because I knew about it, I just didn't know when it was because I wasn't paying attention to islands. I know something that's about to happen. And I'm like, I know what happens here. I know what happens here.
I mean,
because I'm in the Coliseum right now.
Okay, you're okay. Oh, okay.
So I know what happens with the flame. And I'm like,
well, I want to. I wasn't even talking about that. That's
I want to see these interactions. I want to see these interactions. I know what ultimately happens here. Get me to the interactions. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it.
Well, it's all glorious. There are so many great points in Dressrosa, but there are some serious tearjerkers in Dressrosa.
Ooh, any slobby.
Well, any slobby. Nothing tops I Want to Live. I mean, I Want to Live is better than Help Me. I've said that in the past.
I
Want to live
agree.
I Want to Live is better than Please Help Me. It's better.
I'd have to agree.
It's better. It's better. Anybody who knows. I mean, it just is. That's why it's the conclusion to the intro, because it's so powerful.
That is
no. Last time I rewatched that, I watched it like 12 times in a row, and I was just like, yes, save her. It's glorious. I love it. It's so good.
And that was Robin. That's oh fuck, I love that moment so much, because that's Robin fully committing to the Straw Hats at that time.
Yeah.
Like she was a part of the Straw Hats, but she wasn't committed, and that's
she wasn't. She was temporary still. She was on the crew, but wasn't. It's one of those things where you wait until these things happen and you are on the crew, and that's why. So you're at Dressrosa. And my rewatch, I stopped a little bit after that. I mean, I know I've read everything, so it's not like I'm not aware of what's going on. I was just doing a rewatch for shits and giggles. I'm currently in the middle of currently where they are in the manga right now. It's glorious.
If I go at the speed that I was before, I could probably make it to Egghead relatively fast.
Egghead,
because I did. I'll admit it. I did something stupid. I signed back up for Crunchyroll because it's easier for me to watch. Because I watch One Piece. It's easier for me not to watch it here. I like to sit down and like enjoy One Piece to an extreme degree. So I have it up on my big screen TV. So I signed up for Crunchyroll just so I can watch it, because it has everything up to Egghead. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just do it.
Well, Egghead just ended in the manga. So and I know they were pretty close in the anime. There's a filler arc coming in the anime. There is, because Oda took some breaks and nothing's happened now. They're first now setting things up for the next arc. And of course, I predicted a long time ago. I've even mentioned it. I think we're getting a new Straw Hat member now. I think Jewelry Bonnie is the next Straw Hat. That's my guess. Just the events of Egghead. It makes sense to me. Just makes sense to me.
Listen, so I'm having fun with Mononosuke, and I'm jealous of that little kid.
Fuck that little bastard.
I don't fucking care if he's goddamn 8 years old. Fuck that little motherfucking.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll just say it doesn't last forever. Okay, I'll just say that he doesn't get to play that card forever.
Oh, thank God. I pray to God he gets slapped. That would be the funniest thing ever.
He will lose that ability. He will lose that card to play. I'll just say that without spoiling shit. Because you haven't even, because you've got your Dressrosa. You're gonna go to Zoe next. Then you've got Whole Cake, and then
I left off on, we are about to do Battle Block C in the Coliseum.
We are in the middle of
Sanji. Sanji just beat up a guy and now has a sexy salsa lady saying.
That's very important. What's going on there? It's massively important. What's going on right there.
I went from not liking that to going like, I could see something happening here. I know she's gonna turn. Okay, what the fuck is she? And then Robin and them just got to green bit.
Yeah. So Robin's outfit, that mini skirt, dude.
All I gotta say, my only complaint for Dressrosa. I don't like the opening.
No, yeah, it's a bad opening. The openings are weak, right? The next several openings until Marineford are kind of weak. After Marineford, I'm sorry.
It does
openings are weak.
It does the thing that I really, if it was an 80s cartoon, that'd be one thing.
There's a lot of
annoying. It's the music playing, go like, ha ha ha! I'm Blackbeard. We're gonna spread darkness throughout the world.
That's a weird one. It's a mini one. They're gonna shift. They're gonna shift again. That's a weird one. They jumped in there for no reason. It's a very weird one. Although Robin's
outfits are hot.
Robin's pirate empress outfit. Oh,
It's between Robin and Nami both have.
Oh, Robin's pirate
Nami,
in that one.
Robin's is hotter because it shows off more skin, but Nami's her girls are trying to pop out.
Oh yeah, I mean, listen, they go very. Listen, have you gotten the part on Green Bit where they're captured? Have you gotten that yet?
No, they just got to Green Bay.
Okay,
And
all right,
listen,
all right,
Alpha. I cannot name the site. Okay, I cannot name site because YouTube doesn't like us talk sites. But there was a very large site where Jack Sparrow liked to spend time that I was using. I was using it with my computer. Very large site got taken down this week.
And I do a different thing. Dermy had to come to me for my source for this week.
Yeah, and your source I hated. I hated doing it that way because it was taking too long. So I hit.
Really? I did that. I did it in 20 minutes.
It was fighting.
Oh, because you've got internet shit. You got shit internet. Yeah.
So
see, I don't have shit. I got all that in 20 minutes. So
I hit up Silver.
Okay.
And Silver goes like, "Yeah, we were using the same Jack Sparrow." So then he does some digging while I'm at work, sends me a new link for said Sparrow site, and then the new one that everybody's moving to. So I have two.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was hunting stuff down. I was like, fuck it, I'll just do Crunchyroll. Didn't have director's cut there. Had everything else but director's cut.
Yeah. See, I do a different kind of Jack Sparrowing. Because I have a good internet connection and I can get it in a few minutes. If I can get 20 gigs worth of something in like 15, 20 minutes.
In order to do what Adam was going to have me do, I would have to have my computer on all day while I'm at work and just
wow, that's like me.
Well, with that many of them, I'd have no choice but to do it that way.
See, it didn't occur to me. I didn't occur to me that you'd have a seating problem or
Yeah, like when I'm downloading a video game, for instance, if I'm gonna play it for charity, what I do is I go in there the day before. So like into Ballbusters, I just leave my PC on, let the game download, walk away, go to bed, open it up, download it.
I used to do that when I had weaker computers back in the day when I had bad stuff. Now, I mean. Now, of course, I throw on the what the fuck is it called? Shit, my VPN. I'll put on my VPN and I'll do it. And with my internet connection, I get things done very quickly. I get megs and megs of speed. So
I don't think it's just my internet connection right now. I am doing a small upgrade to my PC because apparently I have shit RAM. I've been running on 16 gigs. This entire time.
Yeah.
I
got 32 gigs. I mean, that's...
yeah, I have new RAM sticks coming, so I'll be upgrading to 32 gigs. But then the other thing that I'm going to be working on is fucking it and just buying a new PC through either Meta or the site Kratos sent me. Both of which are going to be about $5,000.
Thing is, I mean, you're gonna. I've told a couple people this, but you get a win over me on this one. You get to lord this over me now. I'll make it public because it's going to be public eventually when I can afford to do it. So I got a new backup computer a couple months ago, so I could play 14. But it's also backup for work in case the old girl finally buys it, and I can't fix her again. Problem is the current Apple's, the current Macs, when they did their new chip upgrades that do everything, they got rid of Boot Camp. So I can't put Windows on it anymore. So I'm going to have to get a gaming rig eventually if I want to keep up with current day games. So it's nothing I can do about it.
Chat, shut up. I've been telling him now.
No, not telling me anything.
Sucks.
No, it doesn't suck. It's still powerful and runs beautifully. I just can't run the fucking Windows games anymore. That's all. I have to get a decent Meta PC or something, and just
Meta PC. They're pricey. I can send you a decent.
They have payment plans. They have payment plans,
but you have to be at a certain price point to get payment plans.
Well, I'm nowhere near that right now, so I'm still paying this off right now. So It's not going to happen anytime soon. It's not a thing. But
I'm
I'm
gonna
going
be
to,
have
and
to
also
look for some stuff.
I also need a different setup. I also
Mhm.
because I need separate monitors for that. I don't want to, even though I have multiple HDMI ports on these, I would prefer separate. I would have everything separate. I don't want to have everything on top of each other. So I'd prefer. I'll do it eventually, but for here and now, I'll do it on YouTube. Fortunately, I still get by on the old girl. She gets the job done.
Yeah.
I just can't get anything new. Nothing new
I'm
and
gonna
crazy. But
I'm gonna send you the site that Kratos sent me.
not now.
Just
Do it later. Not now. Do
no,
it.
I'm
I'll lose it in the DMs right now. Just do it. Do it later. I'll forget about
I
it.
sent it to you now. Just
Oh,
to look
God
at.
damn it. Fine.
Just to look
Fine.
at.
Fine. Well, problem is, I need somebody to walk me through because I don't know shit about graphics cards.
Oh,
So
neither do I.
yeah.
That's why I talked to
Well,
Static
I'll
and
have
Kratos.
Static walk. Yeah, I mean, I'll have Static walk me
Yeah.
through it one day. But it's down the
Just
road.
talk.
We're talking.
Mhm.
Listen, if everything goes to plan, hopefully, with a lot of things going on in the next few months, I might be able to break out of wherever I am right now. But the channel still needs to get to about 5,000 subs for that to happen. So, hey guys, share the channel. Share the channel. Hit that like button.
Share the
Subscribe.
channels, hit that like button. Wait. Listen,
Eh,
guys, if you enjoy what we're doing, please hit that like button, leave a comment down below if you're watching this on the replay, subscribe to both our channels, and share it out with your friends if you like every second of this. Thank you very much.
yes. Yes. You actually did that pretty well. Congratulations.
I mean, I can do it's because of my outros.
You can do it when
I
you try.
say every
You can do it when you
yeah,
try.
when I try, I can do it.
You don't have to
Yeah.
read it if it's actually coming from your brain.
Yeah. Well, no, like how I end my videos, it's always the same way. I don't have it wrote down. That's how I just say
I
it.
have my own litany I
Mhm.
use. I've shortened it. This year I shortened it. I took out a whole 2 sentences just to get out quicker, and then I just throw on the end card, outro card, with all the links on it and shit like that. But yeah, so wow, we got into gaming somehow. I don't. We got into torrenting and
Yeah,
piracy and all that shit. Yeah.
Jack
Jack
Sparrowing,
Sparrowing, yeah.
torrenting, doing all that stuff. Blah blah
Yeah,
blah
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 blah.
blah. Yeah, so there are ways to do it, and we all do it different ways. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, my way didn't help Derby, but you got there anyway. You got there.
Yeah, I got there eventually.
Yeah. So, and I see the way I do One Piece. I have my way, and I get it in sections. I get it in arcs right now, and when I'm done with it, I get rid of it because that's too much to keep. That's too much to keep around. That's too many files. Too big. Too big.
Mhm.
But so yeah, so you're on Dressrosa. You're about a third of the way through Dressrosa right now. Then you've got Zoe. Then you got Whole Cake, and then you're into Wano, and Wano is huge.
Wano is where
That's
the
where
the one chick who gets called guy all the time, and the
Yamato.
tourists try to say is
Yeah,
trans, and
Yamato. They try to say it's a girl. Oda said it's a girl. Did you see last week when they lost their shit when official One Piece material came out and it said she's a girl?
yeah.
They lost their
I've been
shit.
seeing that they lose their shit a lot on One Piece stuff.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
man, you guys are just.
And
I like it when they piss you off.
And then once you're through Wano, then it's on to Egghead. And Egghead is great because of the story dumps, the lore dumps you're going to get in Egghead. So a lot of questions will be answered. Not all of them, but a lot. And a lot of new shit is introduced. And we are now with the end of Egghead. We're in the final run here. Oda says it's going to take 5 or 6 years, but we're in the final run. We're getting there. We're heading to Laftel. We're on our way.
Mhm.
And and how it's all going to play out, we don't know. But I'm excited. I still love it. Going on, I mean, getting close to 30 years here. Getting close. And I've loved every minute of it. I love One Piece. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, look, Goddess, be quiet. You non-weeb, you.
He's here
Anyway,
out of support.
He's here to troll me. Anyway, all right. So we could complain about how they all how in terms of the tourists whining about whitewashing One Piece, but I don't feel like doing that. I'm in a good mood. I don't want to get angry over that shit. Let's skip that. You got anything else you want to bring up tonight?
Actually, yes. Let me
Okay.
let me pull this up because
Right.
I saw this through Kirsch, and it's not something good. And I did do a video
Mhm.
on this actually
Okay.
because we are beginning to see the early
I
stages
saw this. I saw this. Yeah.
of DEI being brought to Japan. Bandai Namco Online shares views on DEI and its implementation in Western releases of Japanese
Uh,
games. Now, I'm gonna give some deference to Bandai here because I did read through this whole article. I looked into what they were using as sources. I'm of the opinion they're being sold a false bill of goods because a lot of this they even admit, yeah, we're being told by our overseas partners that we need to be implementing this, and they cite a bunch of stuff. And one of the things they ended up citing in all this was a botched.
oh, This
Oh
is hysterical. I was
yeah.
into this game for a while. You understand? You're right down my alley here. I was about 2.5 years ago. I was super excited about Blue Protocol. I thought it was going to
Mhm,
be the next big thing. And then they kept releasing more information about how the game was going to be, how it was going to look. That was before Amazon got their hands on it. And I slowly got taken out of excitement more and more. And then I said, "That's it. I'm washing my hands of this game." And now I'm glad I did because they just shut it down. They just shut it down in Japan. They killed it. It's
mhm.
done. Not even
And
getting
Amazon was
Western
bringing
release.
it over here, and they were just censoring the shit out of it.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
were doing all sorts of horrible things on this. But one of the reasons they started looking into this was because they one of the things they cited not just like overseas partners, but was a survey conducted by Newzoo. Now, for those of you who don't know, this survey came out a few months ago, and I remember side scrollers even going over it. The survey was such bullcrap. They give you a link to look at what they asked the questions were, and the link doesn't work. So you don't know where how they got the information that they ended up getting. They
Mhm,
try to say that, yeah, UK and US people, this is how many of them are gay. This is how many of them are LGBTQ plus whatever. A lot of these gamers want people to be taking stances on stuff, and it's like, how did you get to this point? Let me see your methodology. They don't show you, but this survey was going around the whole gaming industry for a while, and a lot of people were picking up on it. Now, when it comes to Bandai Namco, I'm of the opinion again being sold this false bill of goods, thinking that they're doing a good righteous thing, but in reality, it leads to something really bad because one of the things they talk about is we're going to give you more hairstyles, facial types, and body features and stuff in games.
mhm.
That's how we're going to do DEI. Oh, so more customization. Okay, that's not a problem. And then their other thing was accessibility, and their reference was like Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8, in which they made it. There was two, at least in Street Fighter 6, there was two modes to play the game. Either the classic style, which you have to do finger gymnastics to be able to put out a proper combo,
Mhm.
or you did the simple style, which was like for people brand new to the whole game style, which was going to be simple buttons like X Y, something like that, just super simple combos. But they did put in the game like if you do the simple system, you might be able to bump up your combos faster. Your damage is dealt less. So they gave that's actually like a good way to do accessibility features and introduce people to the game and bring new people into that. That seems fine. And they even like specify like they don't actually have like any DEI protocols or anything like that. They don't even know if they're fully committed to it. They're just testing it out.
Mhm.
But
Not like Capcom was completely fucking sold out.
yeah, not like Capcom or anything like that. This is 100% like Bandai. It does sound like they were sold something that is really gonna hurt them if they keep going down this route.
Mhm.
They think it's profitable because their whole idea is, hey, we just want to give it to more people. If we do this, we give it to more people. That's the whole bill of goods they're being sold. The whole, hey, you do this, more people feel represented. You could do more stuff. Here's this faulty survey that says, hey, more people want this. Oh, more people in the West want this. Well, we'll give it to them. They
Mhm.
want to make money and appeal to a larger audience. And they don't realize what they're doing is ultimately going to destroy them 5 years down the road.
Jeez.
So
ESG and DI, it's poison, it's cancer, and we talked about this a couple times on a couple different streams this last weekend, most throughout the week, and
Mhm.
um, I'm in the belief that while we're still in it right now, and we're still seeing the results of a lot of that shit. Just look at Outlaws right now, that glorious disaster, um, and Shadows coming out tomorrow.
Yeah. Wait, Shadow? No, no. Outlaws is tomorrow.
And Shadows. I thought they're both coming out the same day. Just coming out the same day. Well, I mean, in general, though, we're at the tail end of this stuff, and also, and there's going to be a few more years of the stuff they're still working on to come out. But
November 15th for Shadows.
November, I thought that was this week.
No.
Wow. Okay. Shows you.
I still have time to milk this shit.
Yeah. But I think we're at a point where a lot of this shit's going to get phased out because the money loss has been too great. They may have gotten all the investment, but the return has been god awful garbage. And by the end of the decade, I think we will have a new wave of game developers and designers that are making good games again, make games for gamers and actual customers, not appealing to horrible people. But the poison is everywhere, and we just have to keep pointing it out. And when it's bad, point and say, "Yeah, that sucks." And we're gonna win this one because in the end, money always talks, and when you're not spending it, nothing happens, nothing gets made, nothing works, and we are now just waiting for it to completely fall apart. So we just be patient. And like I mentioned earlier, I got all the entertainment in the world behind me on my computer between everything I got. I got a lot of stuff. I can play old shit. I do always want new shit, but I can always go back and play old shit. I can find my fun. I can find it. I don't have a problem. There's always some place to go for fun.
There's always something to do.
Yeah,
I'm replaying. Yeah, because of Elden Ring DLC, I'm doing Elden Ring.
Yeah. I'm doing Dragon Age.
We have FromSoft. We have other stuff and fun. We've been seeing it. Korea's putting out games. China's putting out games. China's actually putting out competitive games. Do those at your own risk.
Yeah, and I'm always suspect of a Korean game just because of the nature of what they want you to do in those games. Sometimes it's like, yes, we want you to kill yourself playing this game. So,
well, hey, I'm fine with that. I mean,
depends on the game. Depends on the game.
Let's be.
I'm not talking about Stellar, but I'm talking about certain other games. But
yeah. It all depends on the game. It all depends on who's putting it out. There's stuff coming from the East that isn't being shoved down your throat, and there's companies that are actively pushing back against DEI and wokeness in the East as well. There is a banking, one of the largest banks in somewhere in Japan, like around maybe Hokkaido. No,
I don't know.
It might be somewhere in Tokyo, actually. Like one of the largest banks. They were being pressured by like BlackRock and groups like that to sell off their Nintendo stock and some of these other stocks that were for these gaming companies. And they said, hell no, we got it on the ground floor. We know these things are going to keep producing money. We're going to stick with it. So they are getting like logical pushback too.
Yeah, I just got to hope that common sense and steadfastness will overcome this new world order shit that keeps trying to assert itself across all boards. I mean, I can't do anything except make tiny videos, but hopefully we'll continue to get past this and get to a point where it gets rejected and these things lose the power they've accumulated. That's all we can hope for going forward. But yeah,
and Alpha Omega. So yes, there are companies over in Japan that do have DEI and ESG. But for every one company that pushes ESG and DEI, there's tons of companies that are like, yeah, nah. And you're right. FromSoft is a part of Bandai Namco, but FromSoft does FromSoft. You always got to, and FromSoft is a much stronger park. So Kyoto Bank, yeah. Well, I don't think BlackRock's going to be able to succeed in that one because the Kyoto Bank is saying no, we're not giving it up. We got here on the ground floor, and they're trying to force them to get rid of that stuff. And they're like, no. I think they actually won the lawsuit.
That's good.
I was hearing Kirsch talk about it.
Anything to deter these New World Order assholes who want to try and get this shit going. Well, we just have to keep doing our part. Our part is tiny and small, maybe insignificant, but it's still a part. We keep the stories going. We keep voicing opinions. We keep sharing sharing information so that people aren't in the dark. And that's what these kind of things hate. They hate that they hate that people know about them. I think BlackRock hates that the world knows who they are and what they do. And in the end, hopefully, it will lead to a shift in the balance of power and a decrease in their ability to affect everything. Well, I got nothing else, Dermy. Unless you got nothing else, we can wrap up.
No, I'm just looking into this Kyoto Bank BlackRock suit because apparently it hasn't been heard yet. But you got I'll dig into that some more because I wanna know about that because I'm rooting for your Kyoto Bank there. Fuck them.
I'm rooting for anybody against BlackRock. Root for
Yeah,
anybody.
there's listen. Japan had the seeds are getting planted over there. It's why they're going to Bridge and other names. Well, DEI isn't the Bridge is not the rebrand of DEI. Bridge is just the next step.
Yeah.
You got to realize that it's not a rebrand. Everybody keeps saying it's a rebrand. It's not a rebrand. It's just the evolution. It's the next part to it all. But I'm ready to see more stuff from it. I'm ready to deal with more stuff. I feel like we are winning and the tides are turning. And here's the thing. More than likely, by the time Japan falls to the wokeness and DEI, the hope is over here we finally have our heads out our ass.
Mm-hmm.
And we're finally putting out good
I
shit
don't
again.
think they'll ever fall completely just because of the nature of their society and culture over there.
Mm-hmm.
They're built differently than we are. They're not as susceptible to it as we are. I don't think.
That's true.
It's that's just my opinion, but we'll wait and see you do it. All right, Dermy, what are my choices for next month?
Okay, your choices are Magical Girl.
I know which one that is. I know which one that is. I know what you want to do. I know exactly what misery porn you want me to watch with that one.
Okay. Fighting anime.
Okay.
Or I will say I'm trying to think. I'm picking between two. You know what? I'll go with this one. British dark story, like a British dark drama.
We just did something serious, so I'll give you partial wish. Let's go with Fighter.
Okay, guys, we're watching Kengan Ashura parts 1 and I'll need to double check. Probably part 1 and part 2 because they kind of flow together as one single season. I just need to do a double check on it.
Okay.
And part 2 ends perfectly for that.
Let me check to see if I've ever seen this one.
You probably haven't. It was This is actually an interesting anime, and I'll tell you right now, it's being distributed through Netflix.
Oh God, super beefy dudes.
Super beefy dudes, the ugly style of animation that you
I hate it. But we're locked in.
There's actually some good story to this. I'll give you this background story. I didn't learn about this till recently. For the manga itself, I think even later on into the anime, it only came over here via fan subs. They only got it translated because of fan subs. This is an actual really fun anime. I think you're gonna enjoy it.
All right.
And
well,
I think it is part 1 to part 2. Part 2, that's a proper ending for a season. So it's fun. You'll like it.
So let's see. Looks like September 26th.
Yes,
is when we'll be back. We'll let you know who the guest is when we come around for that. So Kengan Ashura, whatever other news and events we have to talk about. So as always, Jeremy, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining me. I won't be mean tonight. And we already pimped our shit, so we can just get out of here.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so guys, take it easy. Thanks for being here. And Ariel, I don't know. Give me. It's already pretty late. I don't know.
Do the comedic dubbing of ghost stories. We did once. We're never touching that shit again.
Fuck that, yo. That was god awful. I do have to do Rings of Power episode 2 tomorrow, so I can't I don't know if I can go 4 or 5 hours because that's the max I would go right now since we've started late. I don't know if I can go 4 or 5 hours. So get it. Well, I don't. Give me half an hour to think it over. Okay, give me half an hour to think it over. I got to get move around for a few minutes. All right, so guys, thanks for being here across both our channels. We appreciate your support. We cannot accomplish any of this without you. So thank you. Hit those like buttons, subscribe to the channels, and we'll see you next time, whether it's on a different stream or this particular show. Until then, guys, take it easy. Have a good night or day wherever you may be.